podcast ever recorded, and today the house is shut. We're stuck inside. It's time to see if we can survive 13 ghosts. Let's go!
I think it's almost appropriate to say
Ghosts? Considering who's in this.
yes, absolutely.
It's like in the basement, Scoob.
I think there's some things in the broom closet. I think there's a cheeseburger in there. Zoinks.
Zoinks. Oh, man. Thanks for coming. Kurt Mummer's in the house today, man.
Hey, how you doing? I'm glad to be here for this one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited that you're here.
Technically 12 ghosts.
Right. Can we talk about that? Waste no time. There's 12 ghosts.
There's 12 ghosts.
Frickin' movie calls itself 13 Ghosts. Didn't even give us 13 ghosts.
Ghost math is weird.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
It's a math problem, not a writing problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Of course, it's 12 ghosts plus one. Like
Maybe.
Were you going to say the whole thing is a writing problem?
Yes. The whole thing's a writing problem.
We've got Grace, the Golden One Hauser, in here. What's up? Welcome back.
Thank you.
First time back since I'm drawing a blank now. I don't remember.
But it hasn't been a year this time.
That's right.
That's
It's only
all that
been
matters.
Getting all the
maybe a couple
doozies.
months.
Oh, Ninja.
That's right. Revenge of the Ninja.
Yes.
No paper mache ghosts like popped out from around corners, but were really made of, paper or anything like that.
That would have been okay.
Would have probably been an improvement.
Yeah.
And we also have the Doctor, Ryan Madela. What's up, man?
Hi. I have watched this movie 3 times in the last month because Lauren vetoed it for Horror Reel, and then you're like, guess what? You're on it for BMR.
Yeah.
Eat a bag.
So Horror Reel, for those of you who don't know, is a bonus show we do for our patrons on Patreon. It's a only horror movies podcast that Ryan and Lauren Madela do.
Only horrors.
And that's right. That's
Horrors.
Horrors.
You got to watch this
Careful.
pronunciation.
Joe's going to come at you.
That's right. And basically, you guys pick your own movies for that one. It's not pulled randomly by an AI like we do. But
Just dox me in front of the patrons. Listen to this, bro.
sorry, they picked their own movies. They were going to do 13 Ghosts. And did she get all the way through the movie before she said, yeah, we're not doing this?
I had the write-up done, and I'm like, we're recording tonight, right? And she's like, we're skipping it. I was like, I watched it the second day and had to write up an entire write-up. It's saved in my documents, and it's just lost. It's the lost episode. It's the 13th episode.
And she just noped right out of there, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'll have like Bob or somebody come in and do it with me.
You kind of remind me of Matthew Lillard.
Thanks.
bit.
Madela?
Okay, we can do this the easy way. Ghosts.
Perfect. Well, thank
Depends on
you.
what movie.
Yeah, that's a compliment or an insult,
Yeah.
depending upon what.
Are you challenging me?
So, thank you guys all for being here today. We're talking about 13 Ghosts from 2001, not the original from, was it 1960?
1960.
Yeah, that's right. So, this is the remake. We're going to get into all the vitals here. For those of you, if you've never listened to the show, we'll go through, tell you all the particulars, who wrote it, directed it, starred in it, the budget, the scores, how it qualifies for our show. Then we're going to go scene by scene through the movie, dissect, which is another word for roast, these films. And then at the end, we're going to give out some awards, who was good, who was not, and ultimately whether we think this deserves the title of bad movie or maybe perhaps it's an actual good movie. We'll see as we go through this whole thing.
Will we?
We are. I feel like by the end, we'll have a pretty clear picture.
Let's figure it out.
You may
By the
already
end?
have a clear... you may already
I'm
have
going to say, let's get to the end of this movie.
no analysis needed, decision made.
Nope.
13-minute episode.
Perfect. Okay, hopefully...
A minute for each ghost.
Perfect.
It's only 12 minutes.
Let's dive straight in. The movie was directed by Steve Beck, who directed 2 movies ever, one being 13 Ghosts, his directorial debut, and the other, Ghost Ship. I don't know if any of you ever saw Ghost Ship.
No.
That makes a lot of sense now.
I think it was 1 year later, 2002. Yeah.
Wow.
I've never seen it. Was it bad?
I've seen it. It's not good.
Okay. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. And then after that, you don't get to direct horror movies anymore. And he went in Hollywood jail.
You go to horror movie jail.
That's it. Movie was written by, and this is always a horrible sign, Rob White, Neil Marshall Stevens, Richard D'Ovidio, Todd Alcott, and James Gunn. That's 5 writers. And yes, that same James Gunn
James Gunn had his hand on this, huh?
that now runs DC Studios.
He must be proud of this one.
Well, he was uncredited, so it looks like they went through a lot of writers. They had a script that was probably rewritten, and then like they've done with Josh Whedon has done this to many movies he never got credited on. They'll give it to somebody like, please polish this up, change some dialogue, do whatever to spruce it up, and he did not get credited on it, but he was a writer on this movie.
So they try to fix it as best they can.
It's like bringing in a fixer, right? They're just like, hey, you're good at this. Please help our stupid movie.
Apparently, they didn't go with his then.
Yeah, well, or he just only did a little bit of it.
Yeah,
or,
maybe.
Who knows? But this is well before. You're talking about 2001, way 10 years plus before he'd be on Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever for Marvel Studios. So that's but that's always not a great sign. Usually 5 writers. Movie starred. I never know if I'm saying this right. I know you can just call him the guy from Spy Kids. I didn't know who you were talking about when you said the guy from Spy Kids.
That's sad.
I know.
I thought you would just know that. I
No.
thought everyone would know that, but that's okay.
Like, not everybody is a Gen Zer and has watched Spy Kids 100 times in their life. I've never watched it for a minute.
Did you
Get
know
out
the
of here,
kid?
Zoomer.
The kid from Spy Kids is married to Meghan Trainor, and you should all know that.
Really?
You guys knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
did.
honestly
Oh, thanks,
have not kept
Yeah,
up on
sorry.
my Spy Kids trivia.
You really threw me under the bus there, man. Just made me look like a jackass in front of my kid.
Well, my daughter watches it, so
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you care about what your kids are into.
Right.
That's right. Okay. So
My kids just have a sense of taste.
Wait a second.
I watch a lot of Spy Kids at my house.
I've never.
Good.
Have you ever seen Spy Kids?
I have, but my kids have taste, and so they're like, nah, pass.
So wait, I'm the
What
only one.
What are you
Oh, if
trying to say?
Cocomelon
Now
is
you're
taste,
throwing my
then
kid
yeah,
under the bus.
fine.
I see where this is going, Madela.
Wait, did you just drop a Cocomelon reference on BMR?
Wait,
He said his kids have taste. I said if Cocomelon is taste, then
hold on.
that's-
Did you just say Cocomelon is not the bee's knees?
Yes.
Because I assure you,
We don't watch
it
Cocomelon
is.
in our house. Get
Cocomelon
that garbage
scares
out of
me.
here.
Cocomelon scares you?
Yes.
You better watch
absolutely.
yourself.
100%.
You know how much money-
The animated eyes are weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. You know how much
about-
money they make off those?
What?
Like just millions
it?
of dollars off of like.
Seriously?
kids
Now you just make that up.
rewatching.
Did you see that?
I
She's like,
don't
she didn't think we were
know.
gonna say what. She was like, do you know how much money? Don't ask.
It
Don't.
was a
All that.
rhetorical
Don't ask.
question.
Don't ask.
It was a
All the
rhetorical
monies.
question.
All of it.
All of the money.
Okay, fine.
I never thought I'd come into BMR and talk about Cocomelon.
That's what I said. I can't believe we're here, but here we are.
Do you want to talk about Bluey instead, or Blippy maybe?
No, because Bluey we like. So I don't want to.
Bluey we like.
Yeah.
I don't know who
saying-
Blue. I know who the Blue Hell Bluey is.
Bluey is that's a show for everybody.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
pretty
show
good.
for
It's good.
you and Kurt and Ryan.
I guess
and
I got
me.
it.
I watched that as well in our house.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Well, back to the original thing that started this.
Really?
Do you say Tony Shalhoub? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Shalhoub?
sure.
Shalhoub.
The guy
yeah.
from Monk.
Yes, Monk. Matthew Lillard, Grace's new best friend. They just met recently.
Yeah, my best friend.
Really?
That's right.
Yep. He said he liked my shirt.
He did. Shannon Elizabeth, Rod Digga, and Mbeth Devitz. I always think I'm saying her name wrong too. You'll know her. She played Kalina in this movie as the girl from Army of Darkness that Ash Williams falls in love with when he goes back
Also,
in time.
Bicentennial Man.
And that as well. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
She played the daughter or the girlfriend.
Who was she in this?
She was the girl that came in like
Oh,
In the beginning
Yeah.
and then in the middle.
yeah.
Wish.com Laura Croft.
I was just about. I wish I had said it before you said that because
Sorry.
now it seems like I'm just piggybacking. But I was just about to call her Laura Soft. Is what I was
I
calling
was trying
her.
to think of a pun, and I was like, I wish I was Kurt, because the whole
Yes.
movie I was like, what do I call her? What do I call her?
I had it on my handwritten sheet when she comes in halfway through the movie. I'm like, oh, look at Laura Soft over here with her freaking flares
That's
and
what it
all
felt
that
like.
stuff. Right? Seriously.
Definitely made me soft.
Yeah. Tony Shalhoub, Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth. I already said all this. Never mind. Budget for the movie was $42 million, which you can tell that there was a lot of money poured into this when you watch it. I mean, it looks like a high budget movie.
Yeah.
And the budget, or the box office rather, was only $68 million. So
Yikes.
did not make back after you factor in how much the theaters get and the marketing and all that stuff. Did not make its money back, unfortunately. Movie currently sits at a 5.6 on IMDb.
Come on, seriously?
Yeah, 5.6. That's right about dead center for us. So it's tied for like 90th or 89th. Okay, out of 100 movies that
Sure.
we've done. So it's about dead center. Judge Dredd and Ice Pirates were both 5.6. Is just to give you an idea of where we're at that level. Here's where that qualifies just on the IMDb score alone, but it's also a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes with critics. 80% of the critics said no, this is bad. But get this, a 49% audience score. So audiences are just about dead center, good, bad almost a 50-50 split
Unreal.
on audiences. Yeah, I was surprised to see that.
So is Rotten Tomatoes though? Does it give him? Are they like giving it a scale, or are they like good or bad?
Yeah, it's like positive or negative review. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's shocking.
Yeah. So if you rated something, they basically condense your review into a numbered score out of 10. And if it's over, or if it's 6 or over, then it's fresh. And if it's under 6, then it's rotten.
49%.
Yeah.
It's really high for this.
I agree.
Oh, well, we'll see. We go through
Is
it.
that ghost
Oh, wait,
math?
are you
or
guys?
is that
Wait,
regular math?
you
Hold on
said
a
I
sec.
agree. You said yeah, and am I the only one that's going to defend this movie today?
Wait a second. Are you saying
I'm
What
on the fence.
are we talking about?
Maybe we
Okay.
can convince this
All
side
right.
of the table.
We'll see.
You try.
We'll try.
Try really hard.
I'll try so hard.
Okay.
you keep trying to make him proud?
Yeah. Well, he's got to make me proud.
Yeah.
First.
If I make her proud by making you guys realize the truth,
I've gone cross-eyed already.
Oh,
let's
now
just
I've
get
gone
into this,
cross-eyed.
okay? Thank you guys, and hopefully you're not going cross-eyed listening to the show. Can you go cross-eyed with your ears, whatever the equivalent of that is?
Cross-eared?
Yeah,
having a brain
cross-eared.
injury. The one person
I'm
beside-
bleeding from the ears
Yeah,
over here.
Please, I hope that's not happening. Thank you guys for listening. I want to just direct you to the ways to connect with the show. You can email the show at thisshowIstrash@gmail.com, and we'll answer your emails or your voicemails by calling 262-757-8567. And on our mailbag segments, we will get back to you via call or email. So please reach out, let the show know what you thought about 13 Ghosts, or if you've got recommendations or just anything you want to email us about or call us about. We're happy to hear from you guys all the time. And just because we'd already kind of dropped a mention of it earlier, there's all these other podcasts that we do for patrons specifically, including The Horror Reel and Cartoon Clubhouse. And we've got a video game show that we're doing on there now. We're playing old games and laughing at each other, being terrible at them.
Mostly me.
Mostly.
Can't jump.
And Good Movies Rule, where we talk about actual good movies. And I think the next one, or rather the one that just came out, was RoboCop, and now the next one that's going to come out is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Nice,
come
nice.
on, you got to do that. So join us there, won't you? And it's patreon.com/badmoviesrule. All that's in the show notes. So with that all being said, guys, let's pay the bills. All right. Ready to head out to a very spooky junkyard
Oh, yeah.
where
How-
this movie starts?
How much money of the $42 million was spent on this first set?
Just stacking cars.
Yeah, it looked like they built this for sure. It's not like they just went and filmed at a junkyard.
It reminded me of Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah. Maybe that's where they shot it. They just went to the Nothing But Trouble set and they're like, you know what? This has been sitting here for what, at that point, 7 years.
And we got the truck of blood. I mean,
You know,
just bring
we
it.
We got
this stuff.
17 clear raincoats.
Right.
I had a party plan this weekend, and I got this huge truck of blood. We could score like 10,
That's right.
10 gallons
You do
out.
it.
I hit up this construction site where we got the truck. I also got all these safety glasses we can use throughout the movie. How about that?
Do they have little light bulbs in them?
No, but we can make little light bulbs and we'll put them in there. That's $10 right off the top.
Right. They were trying. That was a callback to the original. They had these glasses in the original that you could look through and you could see ghosts, but they had to like modernize them. So it just
Too
looked
bad
like.
they didn't modernize the ghosts.
I know. They still looked like ghosts from the 1960s.
I'm a greaser with a baseball bat.
Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a ghost here at this. Well, I should feel like I should be spookier setting this up. We're in a junkyard, and it's the middle of the night, and things are flapping, and there's police tape just moving in the breeze.
About 700 rolls of police tape.
Right. And a ghost lives. A ghost lives here in the junkyard, and his name. Oh, yeah, I don't remember what his name is, but he's known as the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut. Not that one. A different one.
No, not from Deadpool.
No. But yeah, Matthew Lillard is there in his little rain slicker.
Yeah, and then they pull up in the Cruella DeVille car.
I was like,
I'm like, what is this?
Cruella DeVille's here?
Why did they need the raincoats if they didn't know about the truck of blood?
Well, was it raining?
No.
it wasn't raining. That's why I said, I was like, why are they wearing raincoats? There's no rain.
He's like, put on this rain.
Everybody
this
got the
rain
memo,
smock.
but
They were preparing.
Madeline
Matt-
Lillard.
They were. And then, so here's Matthew Lillard.
Madeline Lillard, yeah.
And Ray Lillard. Matt Lillard's name in this movie is called Dennis.
Oh, yeah, Dennis.
That's right.
I'm going to write that
I
down.
didn't even know that.
It's Dennis.
I've been calling him Madla the whole time.
No, it's all good.
Shut up, Kurt.
And Dennis has a friend who's there with him. It's the guy who killed Mozart, right?
No, I didn't know. Where are you going?
Mo.
Larry?
Zart. No, the guy that killed Mozart.
Bach?
What are we talking about? Who's Mozart?
You just all showed me that you've never seen the movie Last Action Hero.
No, I've
seen
it, but I don't remember
have
the
no idea what
joke.
you're talking about.
So a guy that plays Cyrus in this movie is the same dude that had that bit part where Arnold was like, "This is the guy who killed Mozart," right? Because he did that famous movie Amadeus where he killed Mozart. This guy, right? And so the joke was Arnold said, because Danny goes, "It's the guy that killed Mozart. Remember, he's a bad guy." Mo who, right?
Yeah.
Zart, Mozart.
Zart.
Right. Thought that was his first and last name.
Totally dropped it.
Okay,
I
all right,
apologize.
that's
It was good.
Bloopers.
It's all right, guys. We'll just keep moving.
Gotta
Say another joke we won't get.
Just serves me right for referencing a cool movie.
Try again.
A joke
It is a cool movie. I just don't remember. I've seen it like once.
But now Lillard touches the ground and he can.
Yeah.
He's a clairvoyant?
his powers aren't super clear.
No.
No.
They
yes.
kind of change throughout the movie.
He's just tweaking the whole time.
Yes, anytime he's just like, just like, "Oh, how are you today?" He's like, "It's running through my brain, man. We got to get out of here.
Don't
man.
touch me.
Don't touch me."
I'm seeing things.
And he reaches down and he touches the dirt. And I thought that was his power. He's like a dirt toucher or something. You know,
Dirty
he just touches
toucher.
the
Clint
dirt.
would love him.
He just touches the dirt and he like knows what happens.
Yeah.
What happened there? Like
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, he's like a seancer.
Right, but it's not. He could literally just like reach over and because he does touch Cyrus's shoulder and then he starts.
But when
to see.
people touch him too,
And
when
people tou-
Arthur
yeah.
touched him,
And
he
it
was
doesn't
freaking
have to
out
be
too.
skin to skin
That's right.
contact.
Yeah,
So-
he can
Makes
just
no
touch your
sense.
coat.
What I don't get either is like, is he orgasming half the time here? Or
Like,
Well, that's how he played it. However, it worked. That's how he played it.
I was expecting Andy Sandberg to come in and be like,
Yeah.
just did a great bit.
Yeah. So he touches the ground. He's like, you told me there was. You told me there was 8 or 9 victims. There's 40 victims here, man. Well, he's been busy since he died, right? You know?
Yeah.
Killed a couple, like 1 or 2 after.
Right.
You're not good at math either.
No. Bring in the cube. And they like crane lift this thing. Imagine the ghost is just sitting there the whole time watching all this going, what are they doing?
Yeah.
What's that? I wonder what that is.
he just like walks away.
He just walks away like,
I'm
that's
gonna
a big
leave."
box.
I don't know if you're going to get to it, but I am so confused by this whole glass box thing.
No, yeah, we'll talk about
Like
it.
in Ghostbusters, they at least had like a beam that like drew the ghost in.
No, it is like just a crappier
just-
version of the trap.
It's just an open glass box.
And the door just shuts. when
Yeah,
you
and how are they leading them in there?
Well, in this
Was
case,
the
a
guy-
moron leads them in there.
Was the
but we'll
guy
get to
the
that.
whole? Was that intended the whole time?
Nope, I don't think so. I think he was just stupid.
So they were just like, oh, jackpot, that worked
That's
out
right.
for us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And they were just bringing them out with the blood truck.
We didn't have to lead him with snacks. They just like, just
Like
the
they're
other
just
guy.
leaving little like M&Ms.
He was the snack. That's the thing is the guy was the snack.
Yeah.
They're gonna get this guy. Okay, so they're here to catch in this what is a giant version of the Ghostbusters trap. Really, this cube. They're gonna catch the Juggernaut inside of it. But before they can get started, these 2 people, Kalina and this other guy, who are basically like PETA but for ghosts.
Yes.
Okay.
PETA Ghost. Yeah.
PETA for ghosts show up. You can't do this, man. They're human beings. Is the literal words that come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you know what a ghost is.
Yeah.
The whole point of the fact that you're a ghost is that you're no longer a human being.
Yeah.
That you've
You
died.
are now some form of a spirit.
You're
Right.
dead. But I was expecting them to like, I don't know, throw blood on them or something. You know what I mean? Just like or whatever the stupid things that PETA
Like
does to
they're
people.
picketing. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But that's
Save the ghost.
Right.
Save the ghost.
people for the ethical treatment of apparitions. They could still be PETA,
They could. They
Right?
could. That's good.
but just
yeah.
PETA 2.0.
PETA 2.0.
So the other thing is this big box that they catch the ghosts in.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they keep them in such a big space? Like, why don't they
could be tiny.
condense it until it's like, oh, we can't close it anymore?
What
and
a
then
heartless bastard.
they could just have like a deck of cards of ghosts.
This dude doesn't
instead
want
of a
ghosts
house.
to have room to like walk around.
Yeah, he can't
And with
like.
all the like things happening in the junkyard, like that's all one ghost
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
doing all those things.
Can I ask what the significance of the blood truck is again?
Yeah, so that's what I was just about to get to.
It's like they like harvested period blood and just like putting it everywhere.
Wow.
I really
but
hope that's
at
not
least-
how they did that.
That's at least an answer because as I'm watching, they're like,
That's
all
what
right,
I thought.
bring in the blood truck, and
Bring
this
in
thing
the
comes
blood
in,
truck.
and my first thing I'm sitting there going, blood truck, cool. where'd you get all the blood
What's that
from?
from? That's what I'm saying.
'Cause no one wants to ask, like, where'd it come from, man?
Back at the glass house in the back, they got like a vineyard, and it's just people stepping on body parts, and the blood is just smooshing down into these little tubes.
No one's going to ask where it came from?
Nope.
Well, that's better than what I said.
It kind of is.
It's just like, yeah, just spray. And we've got 10,000 gallons of it here in this truck. But spray, just spray a little bit,
Don't waste it.
you know? Like, cool, you know, we'll just put this back in our blood freezer or whatever the hell we have. It just doesn't, none of it is, it raises 100 questions more so than answering anything.
Because they drive it 5 feet spraying and stop.
So there's no
and turn off.
significance.
They're
We
like,
don't
that's
know.
good. And the ghost is pissed. He's just like, what the? I just got this place the way I wanted it.
You're spraying blood all over my car. I
Blood
don't
all
like
over
it.
my freaking junkyard. I don't like it.
That's a lot
There
better
was
take.
no significance.
Okay, good. Great. That's
And then you get to
awesome.
watch some people become junk food.
The people are just like, the ghost was like, I was going to kill you guys anyway, so you didn't even need to spray all this blood,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm eating you anyway. I don't care.
He did
I'm
turn
killing
into
you.
people in
The
junk food.
cars ate the people. That was
First of all, that one guy got turned into a panini.
that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And then the other guy got sixed into a window, and it just and there's blood splatter across the windshield.
No, it was gross, dude. He starts killing dudes, and he crushes one dude with a car and
Yeah.
sucks one guy into the under the hood.
Almost
snaps
kills
that
Matt
dude in
Lillard
half.
with a car.
He does almost kill. And Matt Lillard's like, we got to get out of here, man. That's his whole job in the scene, is to just say that in many different ways as
Yeah.
possible.
We got to get out of here.
What if you just run?
That's an option.
And again, it goes back to just being Shaggy's role. I feel like he got typecasted.
Yeah. No, and
Zoinks, we got to get out of here, man.
go on, guys. One idiot. They're all starting to scatter, right? And one idiot who is looking behind himself at Juggernaut, who's just, running at him
With his glasses
with
on.
his glasses on, just runs straight into the cube and right into the glass on the other side of it. And then you're trapped in there with Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And the door closed behind him. And the guy I just wanted the guy, like, one shot him just being, well, shit. Because you're hosed.
Hey guy.
Hey,
How you doing?
Hey, man.
I like your threads. What are you doing?
First of all, you're in great shape.
You look great.
So, like, you working out or what?
Yeah.
Like,
What's your regimen, man?
just try to talk your way out of it.
You just
something.
lifting cars? Man, you look good.
All day long. I mean,
How many
'cause
cars you lifting now, bro?
Are you off of gluten? Right? Well, what's
Gluten-free ghosts?
What do ghosts even eat, man?
You do that paleo diet?
I've been
or-
trying to get on that grind. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't slim. I can't come up. Like, I gotta come up.
Trying
You know
to
what I mean?
slim down.
I'm trying to get cut like you are, man.
I'll cut you.
Something, dude. Do something to try and get out of that.
Just
You're
smashing
just
his face
freaking
into the
hosed.
glass.
He's just hosed.
And every person's like, "Ee,
Yeah.
ooh, ee."
Matt Lillard runs up to the thing and he's like, "Hey, man, put him down."
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay.
Put him down. So none of the ghosts can talk except one,
Which ghost talks?
his wife.
Oh, that's right.
So why did none of the other ghosts talk? They're like,
They're just like, ugh.
She apparently gets to break all the rules.
You've already-
because she also changes at the end. But whatever.
That's
we'll
true.
get there.
You've already given a better ghost performance than 6 of the 12 ghosts.
Well, yeah. Well,
Just
some of
with
them
that.
don't talk at all. Some of them are just like
Well, the one's
do
decapitated. He's just a
Yeah.
he's just
the
a torso.
Let's
the torso.
yeah, okay. I was gonna save this for later. We're skipping ahead a bunch today, but that's
Sorry, it's a fun
Sorry.
one.
It's fine.
You could save it.
All right, I'll save it.
Yeah.
Let's meet the perfect family.
yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
This was the cringiest introduction to a group of characters.
yes.
It starts with, you see Shannon Elizabeth character Kathy playing in the yard with her little brother Bobby.
So
Spinning in a circle.
And she literally says, "You're the best little brother ever,"
which
Not
is like
kidding.
a voiceover.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not even.
It's not even her speaking,
No.
but she's saying it, and you could tell she's like never played with a child before.
Well, and
in
not
her
to
life.
skip ahead, but the next scene he calls her like a whore or something, like
right.
immediately after
Right.
that.
Okay, they got a great relationship, and the
Slut,
camera's just
but yeah.
like doing a circle,
Yeah.
panning from them being super happy, and
Mom's cutting flowers off the little bush outside
darling,
the window.
Look at our beautiful children. Oh, they are watch them. Look at him. Look at them play and enjoy each other. We are a family.
This is goodness.
Oh no!
Yes.
Suddenly it's not
Oh
good.
Oh, no.
What is that fire alarm?
It's no. What is that smoke alarm? It's the fire alarm. Call the fire
Oh,
department.
no. Bobby.
Kathy?
You can't go back in there.
Hell, I can't.
She's dead.
Burned picture of her.
Womp, womp. Yeah. Honestly,
And now he's staring out a window at a bunch of pipes against a brick wall.
how exactly did these idiots get caught in the fire? 2 of them were already outside when it went off.
I'm
they
assuming
didn't-
it wasn't that same scene.
I mean, they made it seem
I'm
like
going
it
to
was.
tell you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't show anything.
No.
I have no idea what anything is or how it happens or why it happens.
No.
Throughout this whole movie.
But I have to assume that this was when it happened because that's the way they present it. And so if
That's
2
fair.
of these idiots are already playing outside in the yard,
Get the kids. They're
you-
already outside. They're
Well,
fine.
They pan the camera.
She was outside.
she was gardening.
He was the only one in there.
How did she get burnt up? Because he's an idiot and she had to go back in and save him.
The window was open.
She went back in because he's in there going, why is there smoke?
Yeah.
Because he's a stupid moron. And she had to pick him up and throw him out the window.
Men.
Okay. And then
She had to
died.
slobe him through the window.
Right. Or you know what? It's probably Bobby's fault, honestly.
It
It's
is.
probably the
It's
little
gotta be
kid's
Bobby.
fault. Because that little kid is also the
bet-
dumbest little kid I've ever seen.
He probably left his scooter out.
Right.
Honestly.
Dad tripped.
He left the scooter by the table.
That's how the fire started, Bobby.
it started
Your
a
mom
fire.
died by tripping on the scooter. She fell into the
Right.
flames.
Because
she
he's in
burned her
there-
whole left side like Two-Face.
Because he's in there like, is there games on the stove? And, turned it on. And mom ate it off and she put face first into the stove off of the Razor scooter that was on the floor. We solved it, guys.
Yeah.
Does this have Roblox?
Does this have Roblox?
Do you have kids on your stove?
Turning the
click,
knobs.
click, 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 click.
This doesn't have
smell gas.
I'm in danger.
Now, you're right. We get to a crappy apartment.
smells like cat litter.
There's past due notices all over his corkboard.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I store my past due notices.
Yeah.
Very well
strategically,
displayed for all to see.
Just so I can look at them and be depressed. Right.
I miss my wife. She used to pay the bills.
Just to facilitate my depression, I'm going to post each and every. I'm going to make a collage and like an art installation on the side of my wall, just of all my past due notices.
but I can still afford a maid.
I keep mine in my wallet.
Thank you.
Not a maid,
Yeah.
a babysitter.
A live
She,
in.
a maid, a
good
babysitter,
one.
a nanny,
A live in
nothing.
nanny.
comedic relief, kind
She
of.
does nothing. She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean. She doesn't watch the kids.
No, she does none of that. She's just there to be a cliche and spout cliches. Oh hell no! It's like they should have had a string on the back of her character.
There's a snake in my boot.
Right, but it's literally they go to great lengths to show he has nothing. He tells the lawyer, "We have nothing. I'm
Yeah.
dirt poor. I've got all these past notices, but he can afford a live-in nanny.
Yeah.
She lives with them.
Oh, hell no.
Passion.
Y'all
Just
need
doesn't
Jesus.
make any sense. This dude is such a crappy father.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
That his wife died, and does he step up and be a parent? He's like, I can't do this. Hire somebody, I guess.
What's her name even?
Hold on. I'm
What's
supposed
her
to
name?
talk
Maggie.
to these kids or something? Like,
Wait. This is what the girl's supposed to do this.
And she died.
this
died.
is woman's work. I don't do this.
I need to hire another girl. You don't have any money. I just won't pay any bills.
Well, yeah, his dishwasher died. Burned in the fire. No.
Beep yourself.
His daughter's cleaning or like cooking, and
Right.
the nanny's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, nothing.
Crazy.
Not even picking up the scooter.
No.
I can't.
Maybe she'll trip into the stove.
Ridiculous. Maybe she will. He leaves it. Bobby wants to kill her. He leaves the scooter there for her. He's like, "Well, it worked with mom.
He's obsessed with death.
Let's see
He's
if I
got-
can get the babysitter."
He's got his own horror reel.
You're right. He does.
This week's horror reel, the obituary states that Janine Miles died of 17 cats eating her face.
This kid is literally recording a podcast at the kitchen table. It's awesome. I'm like, yes.
It's young James.
Keep going, kid. Keep going. All right. Where the hell are this dude starts while they're all in there, he trips over the scooter and
Spills hot coffee all over himself and the floor.
The whole time up to this, he's being like super nice to everybody. He stubs his toe once and he's like,
Bobby, you son of a bitch!
And Bobby's like,
This is why your mother died.
he's like, Dad, that was for Maggie. Just freaking watch out. All right.
He's so mad.
He is. And while this is all happening, this dude in the hallway starts the creepiest walk.
The lawyer?
Yes.
Yes, down the hallway.
This is
Who is that for? No one can see you.
No.
Why are you walking so slow?
no. It was in slow motion.
I
The
almost
whole
feel-
movie is in freaking slow motion.
Yeah.
And again, not explained. No idea.
No.
I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Right.
Is it supposed to show like he's a creepy person?
Because
like
by the time he gets in
he's
there,
in on the thing?
he's moving normally.
Yeah.
So that was for no one's benefit.
No.
No one can see you creepy walking down the hallway.
Is it supposed to show us that he's a bad guy?
I mean,
don't know.
Kathy came and said, Dad, you got to get going. You're because he's a teacher, a math teacher. You got to get going to your first class at 8:30. You're going to be late if you don't go soon. And so I needed him to go out the door and just to catch him mid creepy walk. And he's like, "Oh,
I wasn't done yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Keep going. It's working.
Do you want me to shut the door?
Yeah.
Do you want me to shut the door? I'll
I
wait.
can't
till
really
you-
do my creepy walk with people watching.
That's right. Dude he's like, oh, I forgot about the lawyer coming. I'll let him in. Sits down to watch a video. Lawyer brought a video from Uncle Cyrus,
Yeah.
who died, as we said, at the junkyard
On a demon laptop.
on a demon lab.
He lifts it open and it's like,
I was like,
are you
"Ooh."
into Satanism? Because we are.
The way he it was like, I want my Zoom calls to look like this. Like the dude built a frame for his video
Yeah.
that made him look as creepy as possible.
That was the background of the laptop
He
because it
literally-
goes
But then
away.
even in the frame, even in his own frame, like
He looked like one of those
Yeah, that's
guys that
fair.
like turns around and is like petting his cat.
Yes.
Just like perfectly set it up.
hello, Arthur.
I left you my house.
Here is a key.
Yeah.
I have no other relevant information for
No,
you.
he left him some
did.
keys and some epilogues. Yeah.
There's nothing else you need to know.
I'm super rich, but I'm not giving you money. Just
Nothing.
Siri, minimize window.
Wait,
Siri,
bring it back up.
maximize window.
Yeah, he was able to close his own video player from within the video. And then it just
Whoa.
pops back up.
I just wanted to see him like
That would
clicking
have been
for it
great.
though.
They were all like, hey, we still see you, Cyrus.
Right.
The dad's like,
I was supposed to be dead.
It's a live stream. That's what they don't understand. Sorry.
the dad's like, he did a pretty good job. He was pretty.
That was
good.
pretty good. That was pretty good. All right. They leave.
Yeah,
You
let's
know,
go visit the
Let's
home.
go see the house. I'm like, yeah, I guess his math class is all just sitting there right now in the room, just like,
So,
Do we
He's
leave?
10 minutes late. They get to leave.
do we? Yeah. Oh, the 10-minute rule for
Yeah.
sure.
is Mr. Shalhoub coming in?
I don't think so, because we've been here for 6 hours and he's not here. They set up this thing about it being late for class, and
What do
then
you, what
they
do you
just
think
never.
he's doing?
So not only are you broke, now you're fired.
Yeah.
And it's 2 to 3 hours away. The house is. So wouldn't you just be like, how about you list it because I need money?
Yeah, sell it. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Go ahead and throw that sucker on the market.
He had to quit his job then.
Right.
But we don't know if he did or not.
We don't know.
He's fired.
He's fired. He's not quitting his job. He just didn't show up.
Also, you didn't ask the lawyer before you got there. Like, so do I get any money too?
Right. He tells him once he gets there, you don't ever have to worry about money again.
That would have been helpful. I would have packed a bag.
They brought no food.
Not going back to that apartment.
Nothing. What we do have is a 2-hour drive out to the house where they spend that time having nothing but totally believable family interactions.
The nanny in the back with the
Are
boy.
you happy to move? Yes, Dad. I'm so happy to move.
Come on, guys. We're almost there.
I'm so excited.
This is great. Isn't
Shut
it
up.
great being a real family?
You're my daughter,
That's right.
and you're happy to be here.
And you're happy to be here. Oh. Thanks, whatever your name is.
What's your name again? Bobby.
They met yesterday. I mean, it's just so obvious that these actors met yesterday. It's like, as we always say, acting is truth. You got to make me believe y'all have known each other your whole lives.
Nope.
Failed.
Totally.
Absolute
Out the window.
failure.
Yeah.
All these guys, good in their own right. Well, some of them have been good in their own right. Some of them have been terrible in everything they've ever been in, but more on that later. Let's get going. They get to the house and they see this messed up looking house. Anybody sees this house and they just go, oh, it's beautiful.
No, it was ugly. So
I would
ugly.
just be like, what the frick is this?
Who was your architect? I
Right?
think he's blind.
You can't see the glass. He thought it was regular wall, like regular drywall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's solid.
No, it's good.
It's What is this? Yeah, this feels right. Timmy, I need a whole pallet of these.
You should, boss.
This stuff? Yeah, we're going to make the whole house out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, boss
Yeah, I
says
guess
it's
we could.
okay.
We need glass bricks.
That's
we
right.
need some glass walls.
Lots of pulleys and lots of cables.
Gears.
Cables and
Take
gears.
this UV pen and write a bunch of Latin.
Yeah, brush up on your Latin.
He gave us this blueprint, but it's just got like blood spewing goats and shit on it. So I don't know.
Oh no, it looks
What's
like
with
goats.
the
It's
vineyard
actually
in the
goats.
back for the blood?
That's right. Oh, I get it. Oh, the other side is a pentagram. I was looking at the pentagram.
I was looking at it wrong.
This is, no, not the seance to open up a portal into hell. It's the house blueprints on the other side. Totally normal.
Why is this on a napkin?
It's like, come on, man.
Whatever you do, don't throw me stones.
I know you guys are desperate. I know you're desperate. You're poor, right? You're poor because you got to live in nanny. Like
Yeah.
you could fire her and pay your bills. But besides that, don't look at. I mean, I shouldn't judge.
Cancel your Netflix. I just totally stumbled over that. Cancel your
your
Netflix. Cancel your Spotify.
Stop buying Starbucks every day.
Seriously, this guy buys a Starbucks venti every day.
And you know he does.
Yeah, he shows up in class. He's like, "Hey, class, sorry I'm late again."
Starbucks in hand, the
Yeah,
ultimate.
I spilled my
dick
coffee
move.
on my chest, but I went to Starbucks afterwards. Sorry, my
It's
bad.
okay. I
That's
got a
the-
Starbucks.
That's the worst move, and I don't understand how people don't realize how bad it looks when you roll in late with a Starbucks in your hand.
Oh, sure.
Because it just says to everybody, "I could have been here on time, but I stopped at
That's some
Starbucks."
fatherly advice you've given me at some point.
Right?
I feel like I've heard
Yes.
that from you before.
Like,
Yet
it's
she
fine.
always shows up with Starbucks when she comes to visit
yeah,
my
but
kids.
she's on time.
Yeah, I'm early.
That's true.
Yeah. There is a person there from the power company waiting to get in with
Is
them.
there?
Dennis is there posing as, yeah, we got everybody's got a flashlight in the guy's face. Yeah, everybody's out of power, so I need to get in here. Yeah, check the breakers.
You know, your house has the main transformer for the entire city that is nowhere near here because it's 2 hours away from the city.
There's no neighbors for miles.
Miles and miles. And this lawyer, who's obviously a white collar guy who doesn't even know how electricity works, is like, great, but can you try and come back tomorrow? Man, I got 5,000 houses without power right now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to flip some switches in your basement.
Switches in your basement. This guy's like, and even the math teacher,
Sure.
same thing.
Checks
yeah,
out.
That checks out.
Come on in.
Absolutely,
Okay.
come on in.
Yeah, we like you. Come on into our house.
No problem.
You want to check it out? Check out the basement.
It's really cool. The house eats the key. That's weird.
How do they get it? I was trying to figure out how do you leave the house? Are you like housey?
That would have been my first sign. For this reason, I'm out.
When it's time to leave, he just puts his mouth up to the thing. Can I have the key back, please? Hello, can you spit the key out?
Hey, key please.
Hey, I gotta go.
Hey.
Hey, house. Hey,
Housey, drop it. Drop it.
I'm an hour late for
Pee-wee
math
comes
again.
running out.
The Starbucks closes in 10 minutes.
Spit the key out. They're gonna know. They're gonna know.
Pee-wee comes running out. There's just a window talking to him. Hey, everybody.
Ah.
Hey, Mr. Window.
The place unfolds like a fun house as they go in. Okay, like the walls are moving and stuff, and Shannon Elizabeth's character Kathy is just like, I hope the bathroom's in the basement because it's all glass and you can kind of see through everything. But there's all kinds of cool crap everywhere, like antiques and cool. There's like 6 samurai swords. There's
Katanas.
Spawn comics.
Yes.
Japanese swords.
Japanese
is what
swords,
those
There's
are.
how you say
not a lot of
in
people know that.
English.
Japanese swords.
Yes, Japanese
say
swords.
it.
Yes, of course.
You mean the language you speak? For those of you who've never seen that, go Google how do you say it in English and Steven Seagal and have a laugh when you watch that video.
So dumb.
So stupid. But it's really nice. I mean, it's really cool. I don't know if it's nice, but it's definitely cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
like
there's I think you said earlier, there's a bunch of Latin,
on the
words
the
written
walls.
on the
everywhere.
walls.
That would creep me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not the invisible Latin like later when they put the glasses on. They can see that there's Latin written on the glass.
From the outside, they can see that.
Right.
before
And he
they
walks
even
up
go
and
in.
he's like, "It's Latin. How cool. It says that Beelzebub shall eat your children. That's awesome.
Sorry, I'm rusty on my Latin.
And well, this is the thing. It only flies up until about 2007 being able to pull this off, because after everyone had iPhones, anyone would just go, hold on a second, and just put what's in the walls into their phone and be like, when the blood moon reaches the 7th circle of hell. All right, guys, we're getting the frick out of
gotta
here.
get out of here.
Oh no.
Right?
Someone walks in with Google Glass and they're like, wait a second.
Because now they would never,
No,
never.
wouldn't
You
work.
could, no. But then you're like,
Is that how they got the?
I don't know. It's cursive and it's pretty and I like it.
You know who etched that into the glass? A ghostwriter.
Love it.
Got him.
Got him. The floor is spinning at one point and no one cares.
No, the kid's just riding around on a scooter, like following it.
Circle.
In this room specifically, you can tell that this spinning circle is part of an intricate machine, as every circle that goes around that, expounding out to 12 circles, looks like it all lines up and has codes on it. And you're like, this is clearly something that does something. And it's on. It's currently on.
Yeah, it's moving.
No one
Nope,
cares.
We're good.
That's because they're like, that must be where the electricity is.
Nobody packs a bag.
Under this.
But this kid brings the scooter.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
Because you want to see if there's any sweet jumps in the house. Right?
glass ramps.
Parkour.
Parkour. While so the lawyer goes, we need to sign some papers. The other three kind of scatter to explore the house.
Well, he tells them not to.
Right,
He's
but-
like, oh, you 2 adults and the 1 child, do not move
From this spot.
from this spot.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I don't know how old Kathy's supposed to be, because she keeps being treated and talked about like she's a child,
She's in her 20s.
but she's
There's no
27
way-
years old
yeah.
for sure. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And the last young person named Kathy, I think, in the history of America, too.
Probably.
I think
There's
after
never
her,
been another.
after
That's
her,
Shannon Elizabeth's character. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't think anybody after her was ever named Kathy again.
No.
They bring the child out and they're like, it's Kathy. And all of a sudden it just grows old.
Have you ever seen a baby? It just starts to grow. Have you ever seen a baby named Kathy?
No.
Nope.
Nobody
No,
has.
the people I know love their children.
I'm convinced there's never been a baby named Craig. I've never met a baby named Craig either.
Hey, this is a little baby. Oh, what's his name? Craig.
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 This is Craig.
While he's meeting with the lawyer's like, here we got a sign. He's like, this is what he says. I have nothing. I can't even the taxes on this place. And he's like, you're never going to have to worry about money again. And he's like, oh, thank God. I don't have to fire Maggie, because I was just about to.
Just sign this document and don't read it.
Yeah.
Right, and don't read it. I've already got it all marked. We got to sign. All right. So Dennis, in the meantime, he's
Having some weird flashbacks.
under the guise of I'm the power guy, goes down into the basement to look for the breaker.
Yep.
But he's looking for money, because Cyrus supposedly owed him all this
Ton
money.
of money.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I didn't realize that's why he was there. I'm dumb.
But he starts.
He didn't know the ghosts were
They
down
don't
there.
make it clear.
They don't.
That's what I'm saying.
There's like a one little throwaway line.
It's
and if you
not
miss
even
it,
as clear as the glass in this house.
It was like, why is he here? What does he want? He wants his money, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Cyrus kept all his cash in his house, as one who's a millionaire does.
Right.
He doesn't have assets and funds.
Now, in
set
this
up.
case, he did have a sack full of money, but you're right. It's
It was
stupid.
like he left it for the lawyer.
It's stupid to think someone would have a sack full of money
Yeah.
like that.
people with that much money never have cash.
Well, the money was a trap, but
It was, because we're about to get to that too. Dennis goes downstairs. He's looking for money, but he starts to get the tingle, and then he starts just spazzing out on the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
Right? He's just on the ground, up against the glass, because
He's sensing all the
sensitive
ghosts.
to spirits and
Yeah.
stuff, right? And there's one right behind him, Batman.
Is that where he ends up seeing is like him dying? Or is that
That's
later.
Okay.
That's later. The guy with the bat. I just called him Batman.
Yeah, the greaser. I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Hits the glass, and he starts to freak out. But they're all in their cubes.
That's
Grease
the Torn
lightning.
Prince.
the torn,
Torn Prince. Thank
Yeah.
you. They're all in their cubes, but he's like, "Oh crap, there's ghosts." So he runs up and interrupts the meeting between Arthur and the lawyer to be like, "All right, man, look, I'm not a power guy. Okay, I don't work for the power company. All right."
And they're like, what?
"What do you really?
This is brand new information.
I work with what PK. What does he call him? PK something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like using technical terms. He's like, "Look, okay, I'm going to make this easy. Ghosts."
Goats?
Goats?
No, not freaking goats, man. Ghosts. Oh, and then I actually like some of these takes from Matt Lillard, because then Arthur goes, "All right, no, I get it." Goes, "Hey, I'm scared," and they start laughing. He goes, "Don't laugh at me, man." Like, he's so serious.
Yeah, that's not funny.
He's like,
I'm not telling you jokes.
Don't laugh at me. Right? There's ghosts in the basement. They're locked up, right? So they're all in their little cubes or whatever. But I used to work for Cyrus, and this is when the lawyer claims, like, yeah, next thing you know, he's going to say you owe money. He did owe me money, man.
You owe me a buttload of money.
And Matt Lillard goes so hard in this movie that when he's saying these lines, every vein on his neck is just like standing out. He's sweating his butt off for the entire movie. He's going as hard as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay? Which I respect.
And I'm here for it.
I respect it, right? Because what are you going to do in this dumb movie other than just go as hard as you possibly can?
Well, he doesn't have his sidekick, so without Scooby there, Shaggy's got to go horde.
This is Shaggy's backstory, I feel like.
Oh, man. That's great.
Yeah.
That's how he became Shaggy.
Maybe, except, well, it doesn't really work out in the end, but yes.
Well.
All right, Kathy. Oh, this is when Arthur runs over to be like, "Hey, man, it's okay," and touches him.
Touches his back, even though he's laying down, and he starts freaking
And he's like,
out.
And he sees the fire, and he sees his wife burning and everything, and then he's like drooling on the floor, and he just like, "Don't touch me, man."
I have powers. I don't know what they are. Stuff happens when people touch me.
Or stuff doesn't happen because people touch him
That's
constantly.
so true. Yeah. Or he touches people. He'll be like,
no problem.
It's just when he chooses.
It's totally only when the movie needs him to have his powers, because people are always grabbing him on the
Plot
shoulder,
powers.
touching him on his back.
Yeah, when they're
touching
running,
other
all this
people,
stuff,
they're running, everything. Nothing ever happens except when he needs it to. This is why it's very unclear exactly how this all works, but whatever. Kathy finds a bedroom and a bathroom upstairs, and she's like, "I'll be up here," and falls back into the bed.
Yeah, all in slow motion, like you said earlier.
Yes.
How everything's
Every
in slow motion.
scene in this movie, they had to work in slow motion.
It doesn't bother her that there's creepy doll heads everywhere in
Look
the
at
room.
this cool perfume.
Yes. Oh, she said, "We've struck gold," and like kind of mews and touches it down her chin line or whatever. And I'm
Is
like,
this where she goes in the bathroom?
not yet? Coming up.
I do enjoy that.
Let me know
almost
when we get there.
I will.
every room has the glasses in them,
Yes.
which I found interesting. So Cyrus just had a plate in every room installed for the glasses.
He lived
guess.
alone.
Yeah.
How bad was he with keeping track of stuff? He's like, where are my
We
glasses?
just need to put one of these stupid ghost glasses in every room of the house. So
That way, no matter what, I always have them available.
It'd be like James living there.
I would be, honestly. It would be. Lawyer goes downstairs to grab his satchel of money. And as he's walking past all these ghosts, which it's clear he knew they were down there.
Yeah, he has glasses on.
He has
right?
glasses on. He's walking past them all. He starts talking shit to the ghosts.
Yeah.
As
Like,
he walks by.
you suck. You're behind the glass.
Oh, sucks to suck, man. What's it like being trapped in the box?
Yeah, he sees the
Yeah.
princess one, and
Hey,
he's like,
nice tits.
nice boobs, yeah.
And then he goes and he's got his sack of money that's there's like a big machinery room.
Yeah.
Where it's like the turning guts of whatever this mechanism is. The house is a machine.
Yeah.
Right? And it's in that room where there's all these levers and pulleys and pedals and not that there's this
Which
sack
we
of
don't
money.
really know yet that it's a machine, but
No.
we know something's goofy.
happening.
Right.
And it's like, picture like piano pedals.
Yes.
Right?
Perfect.
There is a sack of money sitting on top of them. And then as soon as the lawyer grabs it and picks it up, the pedals go up.
It activates.
And then the second ring starts going and it activates. It's so weird. It's like, oh, we activated the machine, but the machine was already activated. So I don't know. It's not clear exactly what he did or if it would have stayed as it was if he hadn't grabbed the money.
Yep.
Or whatever. We don't know.
And if I'm the lawyer, why even put the glasses on to see the ghost? Why not just walk
you know
through
they're
without
there.
the glasses?
I
Be
don't
like,
want to see him.
I don't need to see him.
Yeah, why do you
I'm
want
just
to
going to grab my money and leave.
I know why he put him on.
Oh. Yeah, well.
that
he
angry
made that
princess
clear.
ain't so angry.
He made that super clear.
We knew.
We know exactly why.
Well.
Yeah.
The house starts to close up as soon as it's like the outside shutters start to go and everything seals. This is from this point on they can't get out anymore, and Naked Lady is released. So I kept thinking of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The moistened bink, the watery tot through a sword. She's just constantly wet. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Strange women lying in ponds is no basis for a system of government.
Yeah, I think she was killed in a bathtub. I think that's why she's always
is that
wet.
what it was?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
That's
killed
why she was
herself.
found in the bathtub later.
Yeah,
She cut her nipple when she did it? Like,
don't-
what the heck?
she slashed her own body.
She was cutting herself.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, the history of the ghost is that she was obsessed with like looking perfect. And so she had a lot of like procedures done. That's why the fake boobs and the
Got it.
and
Party
she
foul?
was never happy with herself. So she ended up killing herself in the tub later because she was trying to perform her own like
So
incisions.
you spent way too much time diving into
Because I didn't understand anything in the movie.
We don't
So
do
I started
research
to
here.
Google it because I'm like, who are all these ghosts and why are they important to the story?
It
He knows
doesn't
their
matter.
backstories.
I can't believe there's actually a reason.
You know all the ghost backstories?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
It actually makes me really sad that there's a reason behind all this.
I know.
And they were like,
We don't
you know
need
what'd be really cool is just
Leave it all out.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
They'll get it.
How
come up
cool
with your
would have
own
the movie
reason.
been if all the ghosts had their own story?
We're showing, not telling.
My reason she died, if I'm coming up with my own, is she was in the mirror just like Kathy was going, oh, perfume. And she slipped into the bathtub and hit her head and died.
I wish that would have
Everything's
happened.
wet.
Everything's wet.
All these glass tiles, it's slippery in here.
She's just naked the entire time. I'm like, can somebody get her a ghost blanket or something? Like, you know what I mean?
Little towel.
Like something.
Something.
Ghost towel. That would have been
I was
perfect.
waiting for the Patrick Swayze song to just start.
That would be incredible too. Oh my love,
My darling,
hunger for
your touch.
that might have worked
Maybe.
because she's pissed when she gets out there when she sees the lawyer. I mean, generally speaking, nice tits isn't a pickup line that
Yeah.
works real
You
well.
just can't be a nice guy anymore.
Okay.
No.
No, I mean, it might have worked for somebody somewhere.
Maybe in the 50s.
Somebody somewhere, closed a deal with that line, but generally it's not good.
No.
Not for her.
It's not about that.
No, because
He's like, I'm going to stab you in the face.
he's like, oh, I was kidding, and she's, but she doesn't actually kill him.
no.
He's backing. The lawyer's backing down the hallway, and then all of a sudden, because the walls are constantly shifting
Yeah.
in the house, and a glass wall closes and cuts him in half.
That was not cool. That was not.
You
I was
didn't
not
enjoy
a
that?
fan of that. Nope.
Yeah,
That
he
was not
splits.
fun.
Were you confused at what had happened, or did you know
No,
right away?
like as soon as he stopped moving, I was like, please don't slide down. And then the other half was still up, and
Yep.
the other half started sliding down. I was like, this is awful.
I will say I did enjoy the tie falling.
Yes, that was a good
cool.
touch.
That was cool.
Tie,
Yeah.
because that would happen.
Yeah.
Tie gets cut. But yeah, as soon as he starts to slide down,
The blink blink also made me laugh.
yeah,
Blink blink.
It wasn't cut in half like traditionally cut in half. It was cut in half long ways.
Yes. He basically sliced his body through.
It was like a big
right to left.
It was like a big deli meat slicer. Imagine
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean, right? And they just
I don't know.
Head cheese.
Oh,
You'd have to have so much torsion with those
Yeah.
servos to close that fast and strong.
dude,
Because
they
he
got
doesn't
some
have time to
strong
get out of
ass
the way.
ghosts back there, bro.
I don't.
Strong enough to cut a human,
Yeah.
but also not heavy enough for Shalhoub and somebody to pick up
Yeah.
True.
and carry
That's
around and protect
Good point.
themselves.
Good point.
It's true. Now we see that the bathroom Kathy is in is actually super bloody.
Yeah.
As it zooms through the glass.
This is when she's fixing her hair and adjusting her hoodie.
Fixing her hair. She plays
takes-
the same strand of hair like a harp for a whole minute.
She
Like
flips she flips them, and then she grabs her sweatshirt and she adjusts it, and then she flips her hair.
how much time does she spend on that one strand of hair?
It was very.
You don't
weird.
spend that much time in the mirror, and you spend a lot of time in the mirror.
Okay. I don't live with you anymore. You don't know.
I got 3 strands of hair that I have to constantly comb.
Those are your only 3
There's
strands.
only 3 it takes
I'm
time. But she
babying them.
had lots of hair. It didn't dawn on you in that scene like she's spending a lot of
Oh
time.
yeah, but that's not what I was focusing on.
What were you focusing
I
on?
just the whole stupidness of it all. I'm so pretty. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh, I'm so beautiful. Everything's covered in blood. And then she goes over to the bathtub. Hey, guess what? You were just at a sink.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, she filled it up. She had to have filled it up, which we didn't see.
We see. So what's happening is we now see the moistened pink lady in the
angry
tub,
princess,
angry
yeah.
princess in the tub, and the tub is filled with blood, and there's "I'm sorry" written in blood on
Which
the tile.
Jared said that could be sold as Gamer Girl bathwater.
That's
Listen,
accurate.
yeah.
listen, people would pay a lot of money
Yeah.
for that.
I was like, look, that works. That's like
does.
she's rubbing it on her face. She doesn't even know.
She had died 10 years later.
Yep.
She doesn't kill herself.
She'd be rich.
She'd
Right,
be a
she'd be
Twitch
rich.
streamer, and then it would get sold after.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. She sits on the Kathy sits on the edge of the tub. She doesn't have the glasses on, so she doesn't see the princess in the tub of blood. And so she turns on the bathtub to scoop some water in her hands
Yeah.
and splash it into her face.
6
Which
times.
I'm like, okay, fine, that's fine. like people do that. I've never done it personally, but it's a thing
Not
you
from a
see
bathtub.
in movies. Like I said, you were at a sink, fine, but then she goes back in to do it again
In slow motion.
and a second time,
Yep.
and even the princess starts to be like, "What is she doing?"
She,
Like there's like a
she
look
won't
on her
even
face.
kill her.
She's going, wait a
She's
second.
like,
She's just watching her.
I want to see how long she'll do this.
And the angry princess has no pupils, and yet
No.
we can still see she's looking at her like,
She is
what are you doing?
a little bit on the second time, but then she goes back for a third scoop.
And she's
of
like,
water.
I need to kill this broad.
This time, she even her eyebrow is like, "What the frick?
What are you doing in my
What are you
bathwater?
do? Literally, what are you
Why
doing?
did you draw this bath just to put it on your
Just to
face?
put it on your. Who does that? Who splashes themselves 3 times?
The angry princess is like, that's it. I'm drowning her.
And she comes up to like
Yeah.
kill her, and Dad interrupts the kill, right? And she stands up, and then a Shannon
Where's
Elizabeth,
Bobby?
right? He goes, "Oh, I told you to stay put." Okay, Dad, but this bathroom is unbelievable. That's just so bad.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm telling you.
It's so unbelievable that you had to splash water on your face. Water.
We didn't have hot water back at the
It's well
apartment.
water.
a bathtub.
We didn't have a bathtub.
it makes you wonder how many times
We
the
had to
direct-
stand in the sink. Sorry.
Using sink water like a peasant when there's a bathtub
How
here.
dare you?
I've
We're
never
rich now.
taken an actual shower. Must be how she showers. She doesn't get in a bathtub or stand in there. She just,
Dad, I'm
Splashes
showering.
water.
I'm showering right now. I'm showering.
You're
Splashing
using up all the hot water. Knock it off.
water everywhere. Sorry. Go ahead.
I lost my train.
As a plumber,
I'm sorry.
As a plumber, the shifting house.
Yeah.
Where's all the plumbing? How does it not get severed? There's got to be a special area where it's only plumbing.
Yeah.
And ductwork.
Yeah.
And there's
That's where
got to
you
be like a
you-
chase.
And you got to find that, and that's how you get out, because that's the only thing that stays
Yeah.
put, right?
yeah, you just go right out the roof.
Otherwise,
You'd be
it's all made out of bendy straws.
good.
Right? You know what I'm talking
Everything
about?
does a snorkel.
Things that like compress and expand.
It makes that noise like a burple. Just
That's such a great point, though. I
Yeah.
didn't even think. Of course, you would think about that.
yeah, I
would
was
not
sitting there
think
going,
about
how does the water even work if half the house is shifting?
that. Oh my gosh.
Sever the water pipes. Everything's done in PEX.
And then doesn't Maggie say, "Where's the lawyer?"
Yeah.
You had to split, right? It's
Yeah.
just like an Arnold line.
Yeah, absolutely.
basically. All right.
I wonder if he split.
Bobby is riding his razor down the hallway and ends up at the top of the stairs. And he hears a voice. "Bobby, come down here. Bobby."
Don't come down here, Bobby.
And then here's mom's voice. "Bobby, Bobby, do not come down here.
Mom?
Bobby, come here. Bobby, do not come down here." Kid either doesn't recognize his own mother's voice or he's deliberately ignoring her.
What's
And I'm like,
his
maybe
sister's
if you listen to your mom, she'd still be alive.
No.
Kathy's his mom or his
No, Kathy's his
the sister? Yeah, because he's like,
Kathy, is that you down there? Because you always sound like a creepy ghost.
Yeah.
And I thought his mom died in a fire. Sounded like she drowned.
It did.
Oh, Bobby. You're just like,
That's what it sounded like.
oh. Doing the fish from Pee Wee now.
Anyway.
Sorry.
If, where the hell am I?
kids going downstairs.
Oh, kid's going downstairs, ignoring his mother again. Like I said, probably why she died. Sad girl. That's one of the ghosts. Yeah, sad hangy girl. Finds Bobby. Okay, what was it? The bound woman. Is that her name?
Yeah, the bound
Yeah.
woman.
The bound woman comes around the corner, and he's down there with the razor, and then the torso is also right there. I'm a torso. What the frick is the torso gonna do?
Nothing.
It does nothing.
It never does anything. Most of the ghosts out of the 12 are useless.
They do nothing.
I don't even get how he counts as a full ghost.
Right. He's not.
No, he should be at least a half.
So the 11 and a half ghosts?
Yeah, 11 and a half
11
ghosts.
and a half ghosts. It's like
We went from 13 to 11 and a half.
if the torso rolled up on me and
Just kick it.
I'd scream, I'd go, "Ah, freaking disgusting torso." And then it should all just stop. And the torso just comes over and is It just starts to nudge.
bonks
And
its-
you're just looking down at it going, no, I guess this isn't that
I
bad.
mean, just step on its finger.
right.
Ow! Oh! And it tips.
Right. His head, you can punt it like a soccer ball. It's just sitting there, right?
Whee!
See you later. Bound girl is not scary. She
She's
just walks
tied
around
up.
like this. She's tied up. She can't do anything, right? And the fat baby and the mom, she never does anything other than like, is this gross when I do this? You like watching me feed this kid?
You like that?
You like watching me feed him?
Baby like oatmeal?
I'm giving baby more food. Oh, isn't this scary? Like they're not doing anything. They do nothing.
It made me think of Baby Huey. Like that was the guy inside Baby Huey.
That's just shaved baby Huey.
Yeah, it just no feathers. He got turned into down pillows.
Oh, I really was hoping that would have been
That was also the
Louis Anderson playing the baby. That would have been awesome.
no thanks.
Hey guys, come on down.
so good.
Come on downstairs.
Survey says. That was also the that's the great child and dying mother.
No one can
That's
hear.
the ghost name.
No one can hear anything. So Bobby screams, right?
All the glass is soundproof and unbreakable.
Yeah. He rides his razor away, crashes his razor, gets up, runs, and biffs into a glass wall like a baby bird, right? Just bonk out. And then he gets up, and then we see the ghost of Uncle Cyrus appear and take him away, essentially.
He flies off the ground.
Yeah,
'cause we see his feet
come up
fly
off the ground.
But
Right.
I didn't even
But
see
he's
that.
screaming the whole time, and no one can hear anything, right? And then we find out later that, I think Matt Lillard's the one that's like, you're wasting your time, guys, man. Like, no one can hear anybody in this house. It's all soundproof.
yet in the
Even
same
though
scene, he
this is
bangs on the glass to get the guy's attention.
also the first time he's ever been here,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur finds the stairs, and Arthur's ready to go down the stairs. And this is one of my favorite lines in the movie. He's like, Arthur, no. Dennis comes over like, did I say that there was a petting zoo? No, there's ghosts downstairs.
That was a good line.
Yeah.
Right?
You could go pet a rhino. What are you doing?
There's ghosts down there, man. He's like, I gotta get out of here, all right? And he's like, look, man, how about I give you a bunch of money? Okay, I'll help you.
Okay, he keeps calling Bobby the kid, which
Yeah.
was bothering me the whole time because it's like he's your son. Just say Bobby.
Right.
The whole time he's like, guys, we gotta go get the kid. I was like,
Yes.
your kid,
But-
your child.
He didn't know his name.
He didn't know his name.
Yeah.
They've never met.
He didn't even know his daughter's name was Kathy.
What's up,
boy.
tall girl? Where are
Hey,
you?
you splashing your face with the water. We gotta go. We gotta go find the little one.
They all go downstairs, which this is another thing I hated about this movie. The basement, they all go down to the basement. The basement is apparently the size of an IKEA down there because there's so many freaking hallways. The house wasn't that big when you
It
look at
wasn't.
it.
No.
Okay. But there's so many, and I know it shifts and moves, but like you can see through all the walls, but you can never see anybody.
No.
And you can travel around down there for almost, at this point, they're not back upstairs till almost the end of the movie.
Yeah.
They're almost the whole time in the basement.
We're a half hour in and I still don't understand anything that's going on.
No.
Yeah.
Or why it's happening.
No.
Yeah.
Why can't they just look downstairs to be like, oh, he's right there?
He's right there because it's all glass.
Yeah.
Remember?
No glass
It's all
floors,
glass
apparently.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, but here we go. Trope alert. They're not downstairs for 5 seconds when dad goes, we should split up.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Right?
Us two go this way, you two go that way.
Yeah. You got to move a little more this way. I'm just worried you're going to be off camera. Okay. So, yeah, you guys go, you two go down this way.
You and Shaggy go that way.
Right. So it's Maggie and Dennis end up together, right?
Maggie and Shaggy.
Maggie and Shaggy. And then Kat, he's like, and you to tall girl, what's her name?
Kathy.
Kathy, you and me, Kathy.
Me and Kathy.
Me and daughter.
Me and daughter are going
Me and
the
her.
other
Me and
way.
the girl.
Right.
Yes.
Maggie and Dennis go. We follow them first, and she puts on the glasses. This is the first time she sees a ghost, right? Because this is when he looks in there. Dennis does first, and Casey Jones is there with his hand
Yes.
or whatever, and just oh, I hate it when they do that. They wait till you put your nose right up to the glass. And Maggie's like, "What are you talking about? Here, look," and gives her the glasses. So she sees Casey Jones for the first time, and Dennis then flips him off.
Yes. Good thing to do.
Right?
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Make them angry.
yeah, let's piss off the giant ghost with
With
railroad
a hammer
spikes
hand. Yeah.
through his head.
And everything else. Yeah.
And this is when he has that flash forward, a premonition of his own death.
Yes. That's right.
in that moment, and he's like, oh.
Because he's the one that ends up killing him, or supposedly, right?
But why have it at that moment? Did he die because he flipped the ghost off? They're like, now we're going to kill you.
Maybe he's regretting it at that point.
Right,
He
he's
went,
like, oh.
why'd I do that?
Why'd I do that? Dang it.
Why didn't I have this premonition before I flicked him off?
Right. Then I would have just stayed upstairs.
Yeah.
He would have given him a thumbs up.
Battle's
Hey, like your outfit. Good
Thumb
job.
kiss.
Good.
over. You're so cut, dude.
Those spikes are good.
Right. He would have tried that. I'm telling you, somebody got to try that strategy to just rizz up these ghosts.
Ghost
Hey, you look
rizzing.
nice
I'm
today.
saying, right? Dude, you could barely see the railroad spikes,
Yeah.
You look good, man.
right?
Yeah, you're chiseled.
You're just looking good.
Thank you.
Chiseled.
That's good.
Dennis, as they're walking, sees a symbol for the jackal, and
Yes.
if that one's open, it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
like,
what is?
We got to go. We got to go right now.
He basically says, "Screw the kid."
Yeah.
he calls him the kid again. Screw the kid, and we got to get out of here right now because the jackal is free. And this is where we cut back to Kathy and Arthur. And Arthur are looking for Bobby, and the jackal grabs Kathy right after Arthur's like, "I don't believe in ghosts." And she just, all he sees, because he doesn't have glasses on, is her flying backwards like nothing is pulling her.
Right.
Yeah.
And the jackal, I was so shocked to find out this was a man. Did anybody else think the jackal was a chick?
What? I have
Yes.
okay. We're gonna get there, but
No,
I
I
have
thought
it
it was
written that this ghost is a lesbian because of the like where he cuts.
He's trying to get at something.
Yes, that's why
Right?
I thought it was a woman because of the long hair.
He was like, "Let me have him." He was just tearing right at the front of her shirt.
the like
Well, I think there's
slow
a moment-
motion.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
let's all
sorry.
get a look.
No, I think
I-
there was a moment where they actually said
This is
that
a
he's like the
man?
Charles Manson.
Yeah, that's when he says,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's the jackal." It's
But he
Charles
says
Manson.
he's the
Of
So
ghosts.
that's the only reason why I
think
knew
it
it was a
looked-
guy.
I
But
missed
if you
it.
look at it
Just
again,
looked like a girl.
it's so
Yes.
quick.
Yes,
It's so quick.
That's a woman.
that's a man. It's a man, baby.
That's what it
It
was
looks like a chick.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I was literally like, this is a lesbian because he like the slow motion view of like it
Right.
cutting her shirt, and I was like,
and there was like the way they framed it. It was like
there are
they're
boobs
about
here.
to pop out. Just wait a second, guys. Like that's
Yeah.
literally the way the camera
it
framed
was
the
slow
shot.
mo. I was like, oh, perfect.
And it's
More
tearing
slow-mo.
away at her shirt, like trying to get at her shirt puppies. And the thing,
Let them breathe.
let him breathe, get him out of there. And then Dad comes over and grabs the other half of her, and now he's playing tug of war with an invisible entity, right? And let her go, let her go. He doesn't even know what the hell this thing is.
Drop it. Drop it.
Drop it, bad ghost.
Bad jackal. Bad jackal.
But this is when Laura Soft comes in with the anti-ghost flares, right? This just comes
Yeah.
out from around the corner. all of a
Apparently,
sudden.
ghosts are afraid of flares.
Yeah.
She knows how
Scare
these
flares.
scare flares. Nice. She knows how these work one time
Yeah.
because she chucks it and it makes it go away.
Right.
The rest of the time, she doesn't understand. She could just chuck it at the ghosts.
It goes away for a second, but then it comes right back because Kalina is her name. Kalina and Arthur start to drag Kathy's ass all around the basement,
Yes.
and the jackal is just running. I'm like, let her get up and run.
Yeah.
They're just pulling her
It's
back.
like she's terrified.
She's
She's
just,
just
like,
staring backwards. Yeah.
Like they each got one leg, and they're just pulling her on her.
And I
butt.
love she's like, go, 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 go,
go, go.
go. Yeah. It's catching on us.
Let's run faster.
Your front got cut, not your legs. Like,
I know.
run.
That's what I'm saying. Get up, girl.
Useless.
Jackal ends up getting cut off by a random,
Glass walls.
spell
Yeah.
wall or whatever. And this is where Arthur has a chance to look at Kalina and go, "Who the frick are you?"
Yeah.
I'm just saved your ass. That's who the frick I am,
Yeah.
right? I'm tough. I'm tough girl,
Yeah.
right? I free trapped souls. That's what I do. They're
Part of
human
PETA.
beings. I'm part of PETA.
You heard about us, right?
People for the ethical treatment of animals.
No. The other one, the other acronym. What is it?
People for the ethical treatment of apparitions.
apparitions. Thank you.
There we go.
This chick is the adult version of the girl from The Wizard.
Yes. That's
I can take care of myself.
right. As
I
soon
don't
as,
need no man.
as soon as she
right
said,
now.
"I intend to set them all free," I'm like, "Knock her out."
Yep.
You're
Time
gonna
to
set
die.
all of these ghosts free, and you think that you're like that's an altruistic thing to do. I slipped through an opening when the house shifted. That's how I got in here. Where? Never mind.
From the roof. It's where the plumbing comes.
It's not important. It was through one of the bendy straws. I crawled through the shit pipe.
now.
It's like shit pipe.
I was waiting for the director to tell me to come in.
That's right.
It's like the Home Alone 2, those big like tubes that come from the window down to the garbage cans.
Yes.
Yeah, they just she came in one of those.
She wheeled one up to the outside of the house. Climbed it up. Wait for it.
It's out there with a pulley.
Waiting for the house to shift.
And
Going out.
now she times it out. She slides through.
Yeah.
Her buddy, what happened to him? Did
He got
die?
killed in the junkyard.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he died in the junkyard. He got his throat sliced.
Yeah.
And she's like, never mind.
And
It's like-
supposedly so did Cyrus,
yeah.
which you don't.
Right. We don't know
Yeah.
yet
Yeah.
what happened with that. But
You think he's dead.
she goes, here's a ton of exposition. And she pulls this book out. They're in the middle of a hallway surrounded by ghosts.
She starts reading.
It's okay.
Here's this freaking book.
They stopped for a second so she could read it.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, she's got the book.
Oh,
Guys.
this book is my favorite. Shh, everybody shut up.
This is my
reading
favorite
me.
story.
She's got Goodnight Moon.
I can't wait till they get to the devil portal part. This is the best.
This is the book Vasilius wrote about how to open a portal into hell. Everybody shut up.
Don't be silliest.
Oh. She's like, all right, this is, how does she say it? Hold on. This house was designed by Vasilius while he was possessed. It's a machine designed by the devil and powered by the dead.
Bum, bum,
Great.
bum.
Cool. And Arthur literally is like, I could give a crap about that. I'm just trying to find my kids.
I know
Suck
math.
Right. I'm trying to find my kid. Right at that moment, he turns around and realizes Kathy has disappeared. She's just gone.
Right,
Gone.
Kathy.
Right. I missed it the first time because I had to catch it on the rewatch because the first time I watched it, it was about 10 minutes after this where I go, where
Where'd she go?
somebody says, we're looking for Kathy. And Rebecca's like, since when are we looking for Kathy?
Yeah, I thought she was with him the whole time.
Yeah. She disappeared when? When did they take her? They're just, you never see it. It all happens off screen. She's just gone. It doesn't make any damn sense. Kathy. Gone. Where am I? I'm lost.
He went into caveman speech
was
there.
like,
That's how you know
Kathy.
he's really lost.
Kathy gone.
Kathy
Daughter.
gone.
Daughter.
Me, James,
Kathy.
find Kathy.
Not here. We get her. Only hot girl in movie. I got to look at Tony Shalhoub for the rest of this movie.
Hey.
He was doing
I'm not
over
great.
Grace.
Were you about to just say how
No,
good
I
looking Tony
wasn't.
Shalhoub is?
I wasn't. I thought about it for the plot, but I realized I'm not stooping that low. That's crazy.
For the
Maybe when
plot.
he was younger.
Maybe. Little Indian kid shows up. There's another ghost. We were talking about all the ghosts where we got sidetracked. Little Indian kid, or it's a kid dressed up like like he's playing cowboys and Indians.
He doesn't do anything. He
never does a damn thing.
He stares at
Nothing.
you. He's like,
And everyone's like, oh, and Matt Lillard's like, hey, little kid, man, like we're all gonna get out of here. He never does anything.
don't do anything. Don't stare at me anymore.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Careful, he'll look at you.
Just then, freaking naked chick comes out and starts to come at Maggie, but Maggie can't see her. So Matt Lillard's the one that's like, you want to get out of the way? Like, go over this way. Get out of here.
I would die playing that game.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at that.
knowing,
when
like-
people are like, "Go this way," I'm like,
What? Lay
do I do
down
it now?
Lay down and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'm supposed to look over there.
I'm supposed to, no, he's supposed to walk over. A wall shifts and leaves Dennis and Maggie separated for a short time. And he tosses the glasses to her as the door is closing or whatever. And so now
Great job.
she has the glasses and he doesn't. He's trapped in a room with Batman. Okay. And she can see. So she's shouting instructions to him about how to like duck, move, kind of like you said, the game you're terrible at, right?
Yes.
He's looking at her going, now go this way, whatever. And then one of the doors.
No way.
Yeah.
He would make it through that.
No way. And one of the doors finally opens and he somersaults out and gets out. But here's the thing. How in the frickety frick did he hear her? They've already established you can't
hear
hear
through the
anybody
glass.
through the glass.
Oh.
But she's able to shout instructions to him to help him get out of the way of the ghost. So don't even follow their own rules. Right?
That doesn't work.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? Where he's trapped in there with a ghost and she's shouting instructions to Matt Lillard to get the hell out of there?
Yeah.
How?
This is right before she gets smashed, right?
Yeah, how?
Yeah. I don't know, because I thought it was soundproof glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No.
Supposedly.
Not happening.
At this point, the maid, after they get out of that little jam, the maid and Dennis make it upstairs, and this is another line I love. She goes, "Can I rely on you to not get me killed?" And he goes, "I guarantee nothing."
Yes. At least you're honest. Seriously.
Right? And this is when they see giant baby and mom up on the, like, oh crap, they're starting to come upstairs now.
She's got the oatmeal.
Right? And she's like, "Oh, you like this? I'm gonna give it to him."
Here comes the airplane.
Here comes the airplane. Not the airplane.
There's a second plane.
Oh.
Oh, once the second plane came in, then we knew we were under attack. Kalina and Arthur get upstairs, and by moving, we good?
Just pause.
Yeah, we're good.
Pause.
You right there, Kurt?
Yeah, that was a good one. My bad.
A moment of silence.
Kalina and
Lillard?
never forget. Honestly, not joking. No joking matter. Kalina and Arthur are the only ones that are now still downstairs, and they're going to get out to get back upstairs
To the library.
to. They're going to try and get to the library, but they're
Yeah.
not just trying to get upstairs, and they get upstairs by moving a pane of glass.
Oh, yeah.
to
Totally
get upstairs.
easy to move. Right.
Super easy to move.
Yeah,
Apparently.
she could do it by herself.
And they just climb back upstairs. Well, Casey Jones gets this is when he's finally released, and he gets out and almost smashes Arthur. He's like, "Hey, remember me down here? Get me out of here!" But he's not able to at the
Yeah.
last second. They get upstairs.
How do
Why is it so easy to move these? I thought you couldn't move them.
they know that's the pane of glass you can move?
Not only
all
that-
of them easy to move?
I don't.
But ghosts can't jump.
Apparently not. No.
They can't get up
can't
through.
also-
Or float?
They can't
or
move
fly?
up.
Ghosts have to take the stairs.
Yeah.
That's what this movie
Yeah, like
is
in
saying.
every other ghost movie, they can float.
or teleport or
anything.
wherever.
Go through
They're
walls.
not
Right.
bound by like human.
Did they put the pane of glass back? Because it probably had Latin on it.
Maybe right away.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again,
Wouldn't it just
not-
swooped in
Yeah.
right with you?
You would think. Would've
Jackal
just
has
jumped up there.
Jackal, the reason we haven't seen, I almost said her. The reason we haven't seen the Jackal for a while is because he had to figure out where the stairs were to get upstairs himself, even though he's a ghost. Because now he's upstairs. Because as soon as Arthur gets up there, the Jackal appears and starts ripping up his back.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, "There's
In
no
slow-mo.
boobs here. I don't understand." Right? All he wants to
Just
do
his
is
back fat.
rip people's shirts off. That's right. Why is boy so big backed? I don't understand.
Dang.
This guy's got more love handles than this. This one's
Let
got more
yourself
love handles
go.
than the kid with the mom.
Oh my gosh. And this is where they're like, we got to get to the library, right? Because, well, Arthur is saved. First of all, I love the shot. Arthur is saved by an epic flare throw from Dennis, right? He's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Chucks the flare. Dennis, now they're able. The library is the safest because it's got spells on all walls, ceiling, floor,
Yes.
all the walls.
Every other room does too, though.
I know. But they're like, this has extra protection in the library.
This is the library.
Right?
Those are too dumb for the library.
They don't read good.
No. They can't turn the pages. They're like, this book sucks. It's one page.
They're going to open the book, but they can't turn the pages. They're like trying to blow the pages.
They have to wait for someone else to open. Like, oh crap, they left a book open. Let's read this page. Maybe someday they'll turn it for us. Someone
Well, he turned it
actually
too fast.
reads a book, then they get really excited. They just hang right over the dude's shoulder and be like, he's gonna keep turning it. We're gonna read.
The poor little kid that's
Yeah.
got the arrow through the head's like, I never learned to read.
Right. Yes. Dennis and Kalina argue because this is the first time they've seen each other. Dennis didn't know she was there. Like, you son of a bitch, you catch these spirits and you're a monster. And well, you're a monster too because you're going to let them all out and you're crazy. And she outs him in front of Arthur for having captured his wife.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he basically like, you didn't tell him, did you? And he's like,
Don't tell
no, I didn't want to tell him.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
And then this is where she dumps all the other expo about all the other ghosts. She says what all their names are. Right. How the machine works, that you need all 12 to power the machine. It lets them out one at a time. And then after they're all powered up, the Eye of Hell opens, the Oculus or something.
But then you need one human sacrifice.
The Meta
If she-
Quest Oculus.
Yeah, the MetaQuest Oculus. She says, if you want to stop it from happening, it requires the sacrifice of pure love.
Yes.
The 13th ghost will stop the eye because whoever would control the eye would be able to know it tells you everything, right and wrong, the damned, who's, where everyone is. Oh, I don't remember what the stupid dialogue was, but like you would, it's a power grab.
I was waiting for Shalhoub to just stand there and stare at her, like he didn't understand everything she just said.
Like in Galaxy
Was
Quest?
Yeah, and was like, no,
You lost me.
no. Did you hear what I said? I said 13th ghost, true love. Yeah. Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, I'm the 13th ghost. Oh, my
Gotcha.
bad.
You're going to have to sacrifice yourself to save your kids. This is what she's saying to him, right? Okay.
Which ones?
Maggie.
The only two that are here.
I have kids.
I have kids.
The boy? Are you talking about the boy?
The boy
And
and
the
the
girl?
girl?
All right, start over. We're going to start over. Okay, these are your children. Oh.
Wait, go back to the 12 ghosts. What was number 4? That's your wife.
I know that. Okay, I know that one.
Okay.
That's
got
woman.
it.
But can I be next to the third ghost? That's the one I want to stand next to.
The fourth ghost washed my dishes.
I remember her. She ironed my clothes. I had to hire a maid when she died because I couldn't do anything.
And she would wash the laundry and
Yep.
she would fold the sheets.
That's right.
She's the lady that was cutting the flowers in the beginning.
And she talked to Tall Girl all the time, and I didn't have to.
Yeah, well, it's because she's not interesting.
And she always kept the scooters picked up.
Literal
Yeah.
empty shell.
Yeah.
Finally, Maggie's just there to spout cliches. She's just like, oh, hell no, Arthur, we ain't doing that, right?
Yeah.
Got to find another way, man.
Y'all not getting me to go and hunt no ghosts.
I'm here. She listens. I'm here with crazy white people, and like I felt bad for her. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just gave you the most cliche dialogue to say. It was so stupid. And Arthur basically says, I'm just worried if my kids are okay. I'm like, are you though? How worried
I
are
mean,
you?
one of them got yanked right out from behind you.
Tell me their names right now, or otherwise we'll just sacrifice you regardless.
Yes, if that had been the final riddle, Satan himself comes out of the portal. You will have your children.
I have
if-
3 questions. What is your son's name?
Go. Can you give me the
Pass.
second one?
What are the other
Can
two
I come
questions?
back to that one? Give me the second one. What's your daughter's
name?
Damn it.
Cindy?
Let's go for 3.
Kitty.
What's the third?
That's the third question.
What's the dishwasher's name?
Gold.
All right. It's been.
Flower clipper lady.
Was I close?
No, wait. Multiple choice. Can I have multiple choice?
Abacadabra.
Dude, you got a 25% chance times 3. That's 75% chance.
You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. There's no way you're not.
He's good at math. He should figure it out.
That's right. He's a math teacher.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows what he did. He goes, I'm just worried my kids are okay. And then Matt, this is when he's like having his big moment. Then let's go find out one more time while there's still time.
Yeah, he ain't afraid of no ghost.
Let's go back. Let's go back out there. Come on, man. You and me together. You gonna blow up that machine, Kalina? She's strapping up her bombs. I've got enough explosives to blow us to the 15th century.
Girl power.
All right, cool. It's freaking cliche city in here. I got to get out of this room. Okay.
This library's getting thick.
How are we going to protect ourselves from the ghosts? We'll just pull a random wall out and walk down the hallway with it.
With no tools.
Nothing.
Don't even pull out a screwdriver or a wrench.
Hey, why don't you pull a wall from the outside wall?
Oh, but those are concrete. Those are too heavy. We
They're
can't
glass.
take those.
Those are glass. They just like, oh, we'll use this wall to save us. And they pop it off. You hear the wind. We're just like, why don't we just?
Can we just go out there?
Can we just go?
What about your
crawl
kids? They got it.
I kind of feel like we should take this chance and just get out of here.
When are we really
ghosts
gonna have
out.
another chance like this?
Yeah.
Really not. We'll put this one back. It's too tempting. Song, put it back in. We'll grab this other one. We'll grab this one from the bathroom.
Yeah, we got this.
And they're walking down.
This one's
like,
covered in cellophane.
They walk down the hallway with this. How do they know what spells are on that wall?
I don't know. Again, nothing's clear
Yeah, he's
here.
like, this one's a barrier spell. And I was like, how? You've never been here before.
No.
You don't even speak Latin. You even said your Latin is rusty.
What if that one is like, it was written in Latin, this one's a joke, eat the people on the other side of it. Like, they don't know which one
Get
they're
pranked.
grabbing.
Get pranked.
That's what it says in Latin. What's Latin for get pranked?
Yes.
This one says boom roasted on it. It's so stupid. They're walking down the hallway with it. Kalina and Maggie find the machinery room, and right at that moment, Cyrus walks in, and Maggie's like, "Oh my gosh, it's the guy from the video that I saw once," right?
Yeah.
And Kalina then knocks Maggie out.
With a book.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
On who could have foreseen such a thing happen?
Not me. I didn't know.
No. It's
I
terrible.
mean, she seemed like she hated him so much in the beginning of the movie.
But she didn't. She wanted to get his sweater puppies out.
Yeah.
He just seems so dead. But he's so not.
He's so not. She kisses him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, again, bad
with the
writing.
throat slice.
Because there's not, they revealed the twist later, but they already ruined the twist by having her kiss him.
Yeah.
If she would have just talked to him, it could have maintained that he's a ghost.
What are you doing here?
Until what would have been a better moment when he realizes at the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It would have been
But
a
they
lot better.
subverted their own twist because they're
We already know.
because they're morons. The people that wrote this movie. Sorry, James Gunn, but I'm not blaming you. But whoever else wrote it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just stupidity because they knock out Maggie and then they're like, "Oh, let's make out over the top of her unconscious body," and then he's like, give me, where's the book and give me the spells in it, or
Give me the reel that's inside of it.
nothing matters.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, are you mad at me?"
Yeah, all of a sudden she's not a girl boss anymore.
No.
Like all of a sudden she becomes like the damsel in distress.
Are we still boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, she's got like, emotionally abused. She's like, "Are you mad at me? Do you hate me?
Do you still like
I'm
me or?
insecure.
Do you like me still?
Do you love me? You said that last week, but you've been dead since then." You weren't answering any of my FaceTimes.
Right. You did. I texted you and I knew you were at home, but you didn't text
You
me
read
back.
it, but you didn't respond.
Yes.
I saw the 3 dots.
Is everything
You didn't
okay?
do nothing. Nothing came through.
Why can't I see your story anymore, Cyrus?
I didn't like that he was still alive. I thought it was stupid.
Well, and he
Very
had this
stupid.
sliced neck. I still like.
Yeah.
So did he do that to
ketchup.
himself?
Yeah.
That's why he was doing the whole time. He was in makeup.
Yeah.
He got a
The
ghost
whole
makeup
movie.
artist.
He's just in the.
That's the 13th ghost. Is they kidnapped a dead cosmetologist.
Well, and that's what you kind of said. Like they ruined the twist because
Right.
you almost like you could have made him make the audience think that he was the 13th ghost.
Right.
And why didn't they save the fact that Shalhoub was the 13th ghost?
Right.
That would have been a huge reveal.
That's what I'm saying.
Of like, is he the 13th ghost? Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Who
Who
is
is
it?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they could have been like, nope.
No.
It's the sacrifice, you know?
Any damn sense.
Because the whole like you're gonna be the 13th ghost. We all know that in the room, right,
Yeah.
guys? It's just dumb.
It's dumb. We cut now to the boys walking down the hallway with their piece of glass, and Batman is just whacking the front. And every time he hits the glass, sparks fly off his wooden bat, which I don't know why it bothered me, but it just bothered me.
It is wrapped in metal, but
Is it wrapped in metal?
But yeah, he had like barbed wire around it.
Oh,
but
I couldn't
it-
tell.
Or spikes or something, but it wouldn't have sparked off of glass.
Full glass. Yeah.
It's the power of the.
It's ghost magic.
The Latin.
That's what it is. It's sparking off the spells that are just like,
Yeah.
not today, Satan. That's what it said in Latin on that.
I have exorcised the demon.
That's right. Freaking Arthur is just sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, we got to get the hell out of here." And the Juggernaut is released. And so they back the pane of glass into a corner, and Dennis pulls like a Leo DiCaprio from Titanic, right? He's like, "There's not enough room for both of us back here."
There definitely is.
100%.
The whole time they've been behind it together.
Yes.
Yes.
But shoves Arthur in the corner, and he stands out like, to do what?
I'll
To be
sacrifice myself.
But he doesn't accomplish anything.
He just dies and leaves him there by
Right.
himself to handle the ghost.
Usually when a character does a noble sacrifice, it's so that the other person can get away, accomplish some task, whatever the objective is. Nothing is furthered by that. If they had just waited 5 more minutes, all the ghosts disappear, right? 5 more minutes, not even 5 minutes. Right after he gets killed, because in a second, Juggernaut is going to kill Dennis.
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds later, Cyrus turns on the chanting and all the ghosts get sucked into the machine or whatever to go
Right.
do the final. So his sacrifice was, again, shitty
Pointless.
writing.
Right.
Yeah.
The writing's terrible because it didn't lead to any, there's no reason for him to die. I don't mind. Like, I'm not like emotionally attached to Dennis as a character, but just from a writing standpoint, there was no reason to do it.
Well,
Absolutely.
and the pane of glass doesn't go to the ceiling. So
No.
couldn't the ghost just like
Just climb up it. I see you down in there.
I can't fit between the
Poke
ceiling.
him. Poke
Oh,
him.
and while Dennis is getting beat up by Casey Jones and the Juggernaut, and he's getting bent the wrong way on his,
Yes.
around the corner or
Which
whatever.
was fun to see.
Was
Gross.
like just blood coming out as well. All is happening, and Arthur is beating his fists against the glass like it's not just a propped up piece of glass.
Yeah.
It
Like
would
it's
fall over.
It was just poof, poof, poof.
Wait a second, let me pick it back up.
With his fingers under it, trying to peel it up.
I feel like he keeps missing it, like he's grabbing a credit card off the floor. He's like, hey,
This is weird. This is
Time out,
weird.
time out,
Juggernaut's
time
just
out.
laughing.
Time out.
This guy.
This
You're
is
about to
awkward.
die. Oh, and
Right,
they get
and
yeeted
then have them
just back to the
sucked back. But don't beat your fists against this thing. It's gonna fall over, man.
And why all of a sudden now do you care about Matthew Lillard?
right, he didn't
Like
get,
you're that sad.
every
'Cause
scene he's in, he's
He
arguing
helped.
with him.
Yeah, he helped fight two ghosts with him.
Right, for an hour and a half they've been in there. Or something,
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
It's stupid. And as he's stuck behind there, he's so sad. There's his dead body. The ghosts are gone. His wife shows up, to touch hands through the glass, and then he gets ghosted by his wife.
Ghosted by his wife.
I did one.
that's not intentional?
It was 100% intentional.
Okay, good.
He shows up and then ghosts him.
Yeah.
Literally, right?
She's like, I gotta go.
He's like trying to talk to her.
He's like,
"I
lady
love
that
you.
did my dishes.
I'm nothing without you. There's so much laundry. There's so much laundry. I literally can't survive without you. And she's just like, bye.
Like, I'd rather be dead.
I'm gonna stay dead.
I'm
Actually,
done. Your underwear was nasty.
Finally got a vacation.
I finally, right, that's it. She just like, oh, I was just going to tell you how I could finally rest because I was tired of doing everything.
I get to sleep in.
Right.
Yeah.
The house
Hanging
stays
laundry.
clean.
Got to be honest. Being a
Gotta
ghost,
do all the pruning.
he's sick.
Honestly.
Okay. I'm not
What-
tripping over scooters and burning my face on stoves. I'll tell you that.
I got time to change though. Watch me get into the sweet dress.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
According to all the other ghosts, don't change. She's the only one that gets into a new dress.
She gets new clothes.
She paid for the higher subscription.
She did.
She got the better ghost.
She's the gold tier package.
Ghost Plus.
Ghost Plus.
Ghost Plus. No ads.
All the other ghosts are about to attack, and it's like
Watch an ad.
Kamala Harris.
I was saying it'd be a Tammy Baldwin ad, but no one else
Oh,
around the country
gosh.
gets Tammy
They wouldn't
Baldwin
get it.
ads besides Wisconsinites.
Yeah.
Us Wisconsilonians have seen a lot of Tammy Baldwin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Kalina then tells Cyrus that Arthur's a moron. He actually thinks sacrificing himself is going to save his children. What an idiot. I told him that's because they lied. They need him to jump in to complete the
See,
sacrifice.
Right.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah.
Like
No,
their
it-
whole dialogue, I'm like struggling to follow because it's
Yeah.
just written
Yeah.
like crap, and I'm dumb. But it's written poorly too.
She's like, oh, it's so stupid. I talked him into. He's gonna jump in. It's gonna be great. And he's like, cool. One step to the right for me, will you? Really quick. Right? He's just like, all right, and a step back and right there.
Smush.
and just smushes her.
Best effect I've ever seen in this movie.
That was
Gross.
In this movie.
Yeah, it was
just
bad.
like, what are you doing? I thought we were still together. And like her eyeball pops out, and her forehead. Are you breaking up with me? I wanted her to still be alive in there, Just be like, we can work this out.
Don't delete our posts off your Insta.
And she's the only one that doesn't become a ghost.
No, where's her ghost?
Later, you see Matt Lillard as a ghost. Where's her?
She was always standing sideways. You couldn't see her. That's what it was.
She's
She was still
skinny.
alive.
She was still
just stuck in there.
Her ghost looks like you are when you get killed. That's
Yeah.
why. Right? So
I'm
she's-
thin ghost.
She's thin ghost.
She's the one that hangs through Beetlejuice.
Yes, exactly. If she had ever turned the other way, I'm like, oh god,
Oh, Jesus.
it's terrible. He starts playing the chants, and all the ghosts, like I said, disappear in the main room. The kids then, and I say the kids, I mean the 30-year-old woman and the little boy, come up through the floor and are in the middle of the machine floor, and all the other rings are spinning around them like knives.
And how did they get on there?
Stuff. They
If you
came
look-
up, I think.
I know,
right?
but if you look in the pit, it's nothing but gears.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing.
where did
the
there's no
mechanism for them to come
platform?
up through.
Like, what a horrible animation.
And how about this? Where the hell were they the whole movie? Were they like chilling in the ghost break room or something? They just had them on the couch in there next to the refrigerator while they all took shifts.
Yeah.
Like the jackals are like, yeah, I got to get back out there in a minute, but I'm just taking a second because I keep running into walls. You guys doing okay in here? You want a soda or something? Or we got to wait for the seance or the ceremony.
Can I talk to my mom?
No. No. She's on shift right now. She's going, we're ghosting your dad. But
Ghosting your dad. She'll be back in 5.
I'm going to get back out there. I got to tear up. There's at least 2 more shirts I haven't ripped up out there. So
I'm sure there's some boobs in one of them.
So
Where's the pilgrimess?
I know
God,
this sucks.
She's like in this movie 5 minutes. She should be here.
I know this sucks, but you literally have to just sit in one place until it's time for the ritual. So sorry we don't have more comfortable spots. Where were they the whole movie?
No idea.
It's a glass house.
You think you would see where they were at?
Right. This doesn't make any dang sense.
Maybe they did. And he just was like,
Right. Yeah. He's like, oh, I found them, but I'm not going to say anything.
that can't be my kids.
That's not that.
Those are somebody else's.
They're really short. Well, they're sitting down.
They're tied up. That's weird.
So stupid. Arthur sees Cyrus. Okay. He goes up and he runs up in the main room where the ghosts are circled around his children through this like rotating blades
Yeah.
of
And
the
he
circle.
starts counting.
And he sees Cyrus, and then he starts to count the ghosts.
Yeah.
And it recounts them all again. You hear Kalina's voiceover saying the names of them
Each
all.
one, yeah.
Okay, each one. We go through it, and then he's like, 1, 2, 3. It was like the guy counting in Varsity Blues, right? Like 5 receivers, 12 ghosts, you know?
Why does he need to count them?
Because he's saying there's
Dramatic.
13 ghosts. And so when he counts 12 and he's supposed to be the 13th, that's how he knows that Cyrus isn't a ghost. That's the reveal.
Yeah.
They told
Okay.
him he's the 13th one, though. So
But
he would
Matt
know that.
Lillard's ghost is in there.
Not yet. He hasn't shown up yet at this point.
Okay, but I'm
yes.
saying like, so doesn't
could have
that
been
establish that
Yeah.
you can have
The
more other
lawyer's
ghosts
dead in there.
Yes. 100%. The lawyers, we never see his ghost. His ghost is split. He's 2 ghosts now.
Colitis is
There's the
in
ass
there.
ghost of the lawyer, and then there's the front ghost of the lawyer. One is
They're
just,
they're like holding hands.
one can talk and do everything. The other one can just fart. That's it. It's just like,
That's how he moves.
okay. I wish they'd have just leaned into the stupidness. But yeah, no, you're right. There's
Yeah.
other ghosts, but this is how the writers have chosen to reveal
his way of figuring,
his way of figuring it out. He solves the puzzle by going 12
Plus
I'm
1.
13 plus 1. Carry the. Oh, I don't need to carry. I'm a math teacher. I can do it in my head because I'm not going to have a calculator everywhere I go.
No.
Right?
It's on his wrist.
Okay. That's why they probably made the character a math teacher so he could figure out this thing at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
If it was an English teacher, he would have just been like,
He'd have been like, I don't get it. How many
What am
ghosts
I
are there?
missing?
What am I
God,
missing?
if I could just think of one other
Right.
number.
what comes after 12?
And so after he says 13, then he turns back to Cyrus, right? And he's still got the Spectre
Yeah.
glasses on, and he pulls them off, and he's still there. So now he knows
Oh, he's a
this
human.
is a dude.
My uncle's not dead.
And this loser goes over and starts to beat on him, and within 4 seconds, he's on the
Cyrus is
ground getting just
smashing him with a cane.
like, bro.
You were
come
always
on,
a
dude.
loser.
I chose you because how much you suck.
Yeah.
You and your freaking perfect
You
family.
guys never met.
I know.
They established that. You always sucked. Like, you
He's
never
like-
met me.
Right, because he's like, early in the movie, he's like, I had an Uncle Cyrus, but he.
I watched you through this whole house. Hate your kids.
That's right.
You suck.
You were the worst. You don't even know your children's names.
Get out of my house.
It's right that you should die. And this is
CPS. He's adopting them. He's taking them away.
it's the most elaborate child reclamation of all time. And he's standing over him, and right at this point, you hear remix.
Yeah.
Like,
Gosh.
it should it sounds like a DJ is doing a remix.
Yeah, on the weird, like creepy ghost music.
And it's just volume dials is what she's moving.
And so what we see now, Maggie has regained her consciousness, and she's down in the machine room, cranking every lever and turning every knob. But because they want to make her a walking cliche, they're like, I want her to help and defeat the machine, but how could we do it in the blackest way possible, right?
Yeah.
Can we have her beatbox the ghosts and bring that? No, it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
All right. Well, I would turn the knobs and it'll sound like a DJ's doing a remix.
Waka waka.
Genius.
Yeah.
It's so cringy.
You
It
do
is.
know that she's an artist, right?
Oh, she's a musician. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I know. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I'm just saying.
Actually, after this, she's like, I'm not doing movies anymore.
Nevermore.
No,
Yeah,
she just
never
went
again.
back to doing.
I'm
music.
out.
Right, which I don't blame her.
No.
Okay.
Not after how they did her dirty
like-
in this movie.
I cringed so hard.
Yeah.
When I was like, they did not just have her remix the ghosts to death. And all it is after that, and then the machine just blows up.
Yeah.
And as the machine is blowing up, the ghosts have been freed from whatever they were trapped as part of the machine. Now they're coming to Cyrus, right? And they're coming after Cyrus, and they pick up Cyrus, and he's like, ah! And F. Murray Abraham is doing his best to sell it, right?
Yeah.
But I keep saying the stupidest part, but there's so many stupid parts. They've had a dude get sliced in half long ways. They've had this bloody naked chick in the whole time. They have not been worried about violence. But when they throw Cyrus into the rotating blades, his body comes apart like a Ken doll.
Yep. No blood, no nothing.
Nothing.
The kids don't get splattered on.
Like an action figure.
Yeah.
You see his head go this way, his legs go this way.
Yep.
And it's like
Somebody just separated
detached, like a G.I. Joe comes apart.
just broke the rubber band.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, what? You don't. It's already R-rated. Don't tell me that it's because
They ran out of money to animate it.
Is that's the only thing that makes any sense? Did you
Yeah.
notice anybody? I'm like,
Also, why wouldn't the ghosts have attacked him before?
right? He was hanging out in the basement.
He's been around.
He's been around.
He knew where to stand.
Yeah.
He's like,
they can't get
I know
past-
this house.
He was in the break room almost the whole
Right,
time.
literally.
With
He was just hanging out in the library.
because he brought the kids there.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He was wherever the kids were, which is nowhere. The
I just
sub-basement, the below basement.
every time this movie would have a moment where I'm like, oh, that was a cool line, or oh, this is kind of a cool sequence, they would just find the stupidest way to do something to be like, tricked you, we suck.
Yeah. I hate this movie. I mean, you'll find out in the end.
I love this.
That's just a joke I tell.
Then but the blades are still spinning, and Dennis's ghost, this is when Matthew Lillard shows up. He's like, hey, Arthur, I'm a pretty cool ghost now.
Yeah, I can talk. Nobody else can.
It's not over, buddy. You still can go get your kids, man. Right?
Which he shouldn't do.
There is no reason for him to
blades,
jump
yeah.
into the blades.
Yeah.
None.
None whatsoever, because in a second is going to be a big explosion, and then it's all of them just sitting in that spot, and they're all fine. And so if he had just continued to go, no, I'm good, I'll stand here, the whole thing would have blown up, and his kids would have been fine. But instead, he's got to pull off like the greatest double Dutch move in history, right? Like all this stuff is
Yeah.
going crazy, and he's like, oh,
Looking
jump
for the
in.
right time, yeah.
Right? To jump in with his children through the blades.
Yeah. It's like he's beating up Bubble Man.
Right, honestly.
You just got to get to the right
You
spot.
just got to get to the right spot.
Yeah.
It's just the ultimate exercise in pointlessness in the final move of the hero here. And then as the building, I mean, the walls are all gone, and some of the wheels are still spinning, but the middle section where they are is fine. But you see the mom on the outside wheel spinning around, right?
Yeah.
Just standing there in her dress, just
Stoically looking.
Hello.
doesn't say anything. Nothing.
Completely healed now.
Yes.
In a new dress.
Which the rest of the ghosts leave looking exactly how they died.
Yep.
And she has no burns.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I love how it cuts to the ghosts and they're all walking through the front yard like, hey, well, yeah, I'll catch you next time, man. Right?
It was
Like,
good
that
seeing you, Juggernaut.
That was good. I'm gonna
Later.
go.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
poker night Tuesday,
We're all
right?
going to
Right?
buckets
Yeah.
after
Going to
for
Buckets.
some happy hour.
There's a preschool I'm gonna haunt down this way, but
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna go find some old house over here.
Are their souls freed then?
No, but they just walk out like there's a bunch of people walking off a shift at work.
And why do they walk? They're ghosts.
Right. They're just like, oh, cool.
I'm moseying.
well, don't they disappear? They like disappear at one point.
I think at some point I don't know if they are free. The movie did a piss poor job and
But in the movie,
showing
doesn't it
that
show
that's-
them just disappearing?
Yes, but that could
then
just
they're all
mean
walking after.
walking
yeah.
out all.
And you just see the torso trying to get out of the high
It's
weeds.
just like
They don't cut their grass enough.
he's got to carry his head under one of his arms, so it takes him really
He's
long.
just
to get,
dragging himself through the.
this sucks.
Yeah, I hate my life.
Wait, it's a fenced-in yard?
Oh no!
Why does she get her body?
It's awful. That would be the worst. Torso's stuck there.
Yeah.
We have a yard ghost. I don't know if you guys ever seen one of those before. He just haunts the yard. He's harmless though. He literally can't do anything but bump into you.
He becomes the buddy of them, and they just every Halloween he gets to come out and play a zombie.
They dress him up, like, Oh my gosh!
It's like a sitcom.
But
you.
Oh, torso.
And the mother, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but could they have hired an actress that can just look at somebody with love in their eyes and not just stare at them like creepy as
She
hell.
was dead.
She was, but at this point, she's
a
supposed to be like,
soulless look.
She didn't look
But-
dead now. She looks normal.
and she still is just deadballing him. Do you know what
It's
I
like
mean?
a
right?
bird
Wouldn't
looking at
you
you.
if you were married to Tony
I'm like-
Shalhoub?
That's terrifying. If these kids are getting one last chance, and the kids are trying to sell the crap, are like, "Oh, mom," and they're looking at the kid, and mom's still just looking at them like, "Meh."
hey.
She's creepy as hell.
Like a hawk.
Absolutely.
She's got bird eyes.
So why can't they hire an actress? I looked her up. I'm sure, again, very nice lady. She's a stunt performer.
Okay.
Okay, so she's done stunts for some big time movies.
Not in this movie.
Why do you have to have a stunt woman be the mother?
She just
like what
walked
stunt
around.
does she? All she did was walk around with him.
They had a 40
Not in this movie.
No.
they had a $42 million budget. They couldn't
Yeah.
hire a real actress.
It could even
No,
be an unknown
that's why
actress.
Shannon Elizabeth was in it.
Could have been. Yes. Oh, I didn't have the button. It's you could hire an unknown actress that can, like, you don't have to pay a lot of money, but just an actress that can look at people and act like she loves them and cares about them and that she's their mother. That's it. So even that doesn't work. That's the end of the movie.
Oh, good for you.
That actually worked out really well doing both of those.
Good Lord. All right, guys. Well, it's time to give this movie some awards.
No.
Yes, but before we do that, this movie needs to be improved. We got to improve it.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I feel like 10 minutes and a crayon, and I could have fixed this movie.
It's not a crack.
Okay, honestly, or at least made a couple of changes that
Sure.
would have helped.
What would have been your first one?
First, I would have fired everybody.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm on board so far.
Then I would have hired Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sold.
Okay,
Better movie
13
already.
Ghosts with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Where would you put him?
He'd be all 13 ghosts. It'd be like an Eddie Murphy situation.
Like the Nutty Professor,
Yeah.
but with
Nice.
ghosts.
The Nutty Professor. It would just be of ghosts. He would be the baby and the
Right.
mom. Yes, feed me my porridge.
You like this?
You like this?
I'm going to give it to him. That's it. He's got the vomit down down the front of his. I actually had down here to have him as the naked lady. Well, but not a lady, but just have him be
And it just, the
Naked
line,
Arnold
naked
Schwarzenegger.
Arnold
the line
Schwarzenegger.
just gets tweaked to nice pecs.
nice pecs. Yeah. Hey, nice pecs. Right.
And he's like, that's it. I'm going to
This
kill
is
you.
right here. I'm coming to get you. Hello, cutie pie. When he comes out,
I'm going to take a bath.
and as the doors close and slides again, court's adjourned.
See you later, lawyer.
See you later.
I guess, why don't you split?
That's right. Exactly.
Your pants are half off.
Nice tie.
Nice tie.
To cut him loose.
That's right.
Looks like it's hanging around.
Could you imagine if he was Tony Shalhoub's character? If he was the dad,
He would at least know his kid's names, hopefully.
right?
Yeah.
Kathy!
Freaking! But then you could add an epic fight, like Casey Jones comes out to fight,
Yeah.
or the Juggernaut comes out to fight, and it's Arnold versus the Juggernaut down in the basement.
He's just punching the ghost. What if he like transforms the glasses and modifies them into like
Into
a glove?
A glove.
Yeah.
And he could just
Just
beat
give
the
him
crap
ghost
out
gloves.
of the You
Yep.
just beat the crap out of the ghosts.
But just like the safety glasses are just like regular workman's gloves.
Yes.
Yes.
With lights on them. That's right.
Have to have lights.
He just like slips them on.
Perfect. In the library, when Laura Soft is in there, she's like, I know one way to fight a ghost. And she takes out the gloves because she's got the flares and stuff. And he's like, no, wait, we put the glasses and takes the lights off. And it's like build montage from A-Team or whatever.
Exactly.
And he's like, let's go one more time while there's still time.
Let's go punch some ghosts.
Go punch some ghosts. And he puts it on like this. And they don't take a freaking glass wall with them down there.
No.
And it's Arnold, and it's just a montage, and they're all coming at him. Batman's coming at him. Poof,
And he's just
takes out
shattering
Batman.
glasses.
Right, just blam.
Yeah, kill me.
The torso comes around, punts the torso straight into the little Indian kid. Right?
The arrow goes into the torso and through the torso, and now there's just
That's
a
right.
body stuck to the kid's face.
He uses him as a weapon against the other guy, right? Casey Jones, him start to like have the test of strength, a little wrestling thing where they're
Yeah.
fighting like this, and he grabs out one of the spikes and stabs him, turns around, chucks it into the bound woman.
I think it would have been great if he took 2 panes of glass and
Yeah.
smashed a ghost
That's right.
between them.
That's right.
And he just says, "You're a pain in my glass."
That's right. You exercise.
And he stabs Casey Jones with the
Yes.
spike. He goes, nailed it.
Nailed it. There's no more ghosts for you stupid. How do you say in English? Ritual. Okay.
Hold on a second. I need to take my glasses off and see.
And-
Cyrus,
and
you're
that's it.
alive.
That's right. When he goes up and they can't do the ritual because he killed all the ghosts with his bare hands.
He just jams Cyrus into the gears and it just starts flying everywhere.
Yes. Guys, we fixed this movie. It took us 5 minutes.
Done. We can go home.
He's so much better.
We got people playing along with it. So JP Dozier playing along says he should either play every single ghost. Look at you. Go,
Thank you.
Kurt.
Thank
you,
you.
JP. Or use his voice for the chanting sound that gets played to attract the ghouls. It is time to play ghosts. La 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 la. It's time for the, how do you say, a ritual.
How do you say?
Oh my gosh.
What do you say at a seance?
That's right. Esteban Alonso playing along, and he goes, hey, as usual, I watch this with my movie group, with two of them having loved this movie since they were kids. So, and one of their group had seen this when they were on 8 or so. First of all, that's crazy.
That's too young.
He goes, make this movie better. Arnold can be the nanny. He bested the Predator, killed Terminators, Commandos, mercenaries, drug lords, terrorists, barbarians, taught kindergarten, popped out a baby, fought corrupt government agents, battled Sinbad, twinned up Danny DeVito, went toe-to-toe with Batman, fought Satan, and liberated Mars. He's never dealt with ghosts, and this would complete his resume. That's what I'm saying, dude.
So him being the nanny, I would say he would have been able to cook in the first scene that he shows up.
Everybody, your Wiener Schnitzel's almost ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, could I have a glass of milk? Milk is for babies. You have a beer. That's right. And
Perfect.
then he would be able to have packed all their clothes.
Yes.
He'd just be on it. He'd be like the best nanny.
Yes. He would crush it. Don't forget your strudel. It's for dessert later.
I
Don't
packed you a lunch.
And then he changes into Lederhosen for
Yes.
when he fights the ghost. That's part of the montage.
Part of the montage, dude. You get it, man. I appreciate it. Eric also playing along with us. Or is it Arik? Because it's A-R-I-C. So I don't know if it's Arik or Eric, but we're just going to go with Eric. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry about that, man. But he goes, Arnold being the baby ghost. Come on.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Or Matthew Lillard. You imagine if he was Dennis? He used to work for the power company. And then he had to check
in a tiny suit.
I'm here to check the breakers. He's like, that outfit was clearly for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it's tiny.
That does not fit you.
That does not fit you. Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm here and I work for the power company. My name is Dennis. He checks his freaking name tag.
Look
I
at my
gained a little
construction
weight.
hat.
That's right. That's right.
I have a helmet on just like construction guy.
That's right. They don't just give these to anybody.
Please.
Okay.
Listen to me. Hear me now.
Believe
Talk to me later.
That's right.
Don't touch me.
Every time he touched somebody or felt the tingle, he'd be, be incredible.
It would be him killing the ghost, though.
Yes.
He would foresee him killing the ghost instead of him dying.
Be awesome. All right, let's give this movie some actual awards. And our first one is our most prestigious one we give out, and that is the Will Patton Award for Intensity, given out to the actor that was just bringing it as hard as they could, because it doesn't mean it was a good performance, but just that they went all in. Let's go.
You want a war? I'll give you a war!
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever the night they played the Titans. What are you doing with a gun in space?
That's right. All right, guys. Kurt, you're going to kick us off down there. Who did you nominate for the Will Patton Award?
Matt Lillard.
Matt Lillard.
He's the only one I enjoyed watching in this entire movie.
I just felt like he wasn't trying. Like he was just sleepwalking through the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it
Wow.
was-
Napping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Just cashing a paycheck.
Yeah.
Old Matt Paycheck Lillard.
Yeah.
I don't
well,
think he's ever cashed a paycheck casually. He's very serious in his roles, I feel like, even if they're goofy.
I mean, he was great in Scream.
I still haven't seen
Yeah.
Hackers.
He's good in Hackers. He's good in Scream. He's good as Shaggy, even though it's a silly role.
You know, I've never seen him in the Scooby-Doo movies.
He does a good job as Shaggy. Like, he is Shaggy.
Well, he became Shaggy after that movie. He got Casey Kasem's role.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
In most of the movies, I think it was until Scoob that just came out.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
was done by, I can't remember the SNL alumni. Anyway.
I wonder if this is going to be a sweep. We'll find out because JP Dozier said 100% to Matthew Lillard. No one played their role harder than he did. With his spasms and freaking out, he really sold it. The only other people that played their role well were the ghosts. I don't disagree with a thing that that JP said. I almost called him Matthew Lillard. That wasn't Matthew Lillard. Has been JP Dozier this entire time.
Zoinks. Just ripped. I could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Breaking news: Matt Lillard, huge fan of bad movies. Rule. Just gonna put that out into the universe.
Should have told him.
Clip that.
You should have.
New TikTok. Boom. Just
I
went
almost
viral.
said when we met him, "Oh, are you the guy from 13th Ghosts?"
Yes.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
I regret it every day.
We're going to go.
Every day I wake
I
up.
lose sleep at night.
Every day I wake up and I'm like,
Cold sweats.
Should have said.
It's all right,
said
man.
it.
Life is all about regrets. So, next
Next
time you
time.
meet Matt Lillard,
next time.
tell him this whole story. Okay? Matt, I need 20 minutes of your time.
Yeah, please.
Perfect.
Let me start 3 years
Start
ago.
by saying 13 ghosts.
When I was a child and we watched Scream for the first time. Yeah. It's a Scream, baby. All right. Who you got for me, Madeline?
Matt Lillard.
Shocker.
He did great. He did incredible.
He did, no, I'm not saying he didn't do great.
Well, what are you not shocked about then?
It's more about there's not a damn other option.
Other than the ghosts, right?
That's fair.
I mean,
fair.
the jackal.
Right?
Maybe, you want to go that route.
But I couldn't even tell that was a man.
No.
Yep.
Is it a man or
Good
a woman?
acting.
I can't
knows?
tell.
You're not supposed to.
Esfand
guessing.
Esfand says Matt Lillard sure deserves this award. Homie had that intensity cranked up all the way. Annoying at times, sure, but his unique ability to be chaotic and compelling works. That's another vote for Matt Lillard. And look, I don't want to be mean here and say like, well, there just wasn't any competition. He very well, as hard as he went, could have won this even if there had been other qualifying performances.
Sure.
So it's not to take away from him because my guy could have just easily shown up and been like, he read the script. I know he read the script. I know he knows the difference between a good movie and a bad one.
Sure.
And so you get to the point where you're like, well, I hope this works. We got some decent people here, maybe. He could have done the thing that so many actors have done where he's like, I'm cashing a check and I'm going home. But he was like, nope. This is the seventh game of the NBA Finals, and I am playing like we need to win a championship here. And I respect the hell out of it. Matt Lillard is 100% my vote. And Eric also went with Will Patton goes to Matt Lillard. The semi-seizure and great effort wins that easily. And so we find ourselves here with a clean sweep going into what hopefully is not a vote that's going to ruin this, although I don't want to put any pressure on you. But
Oh, well, it's okay. You don't have to because I was going to say Matt Lillard.
yes! All right, let's go.
But I literally texted you yesterday. I was like, it's crazy how much just a bad director and bad writing can kind of change a performance. Because 5 years earlier, he had Scream.
Right.
This wasn't his worst performance, but he was bringing that same energy that he brought in Scream. It just seemed worse and more like goofy because of everything happening around him. So it wasn't the greatest performance we've seen from him, but I think it's more the writing and what he had to say rather than how he was actually acting it.
I was interested to see what you thought because I know how much you like him.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder what Grace is going to think about his performance in this, but I think you nailed it because it just shows that when you need, it's like a team game, right? Talking about, I just brought up basketball. It's a team game. What he did in Scream totally was awesome and fit because everyone around him was matching his level. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you come to a movie and he's still at 100.
Yep.
But everyone else is at 20. Right. It makes him look weird because he's going crazy and everyone else is like mailing it in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it makes his performance look worse, but I think he's going just as hard as he was in Scream.
Yeah, so he's acting the same. It's the same person, not a bad actor, bad director, bad writing.
Exactly. The movie
bad plot
killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else around him, yeah.
Well, I'm happy to say then, with a unanimous vote, Matt Lillard was going to win the Will Patton Award for intensity. My guy, stuck in a crap film, did his best, and respect. This is a great example. for all the movies we've talked about of somebody just not sinking to the level of the movie that they're in and going, hey, I'm going all in anyway. Let's go. This is part of why the award exists, is because of performances like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice job, Matt Lillard. It's time to move on to an award that should be much easier to give out here. It's our award that we've named after Steven Seagal, the worst actor of all time, because this is for the worst actor in this movie. It's the Trash Can Full of Dirt Award.
Trash can, oh trash can, it's a trash can full of dirt, yeah.
Love never dies, and neither do they. Love is eternal, and that's a long time.
All right,
That's a long time.
I feel like I need to just tell this story quick because there's not going to be everybody that's going to be able to go out there and Google it. We've referenced it a couple times. But there's a video out there of Seagal doing an interview, and he's in like a freaking kimono, or he's dressed like he's in Japan. Mm-hmm. And this guy is interviewing him, and he's talking with a Japanese accent. Okay. And he's like, thank you so much for interviewing me. And I was here, and there was a great number of people, and it was like,
we were in Kazakhstan.
In the Kazakhstan, that's right. And Kichum was, how do you say in English, like a great gathering of people? And the interview goes, like a convention. He's like, oh, yes, convention, thank you. And then there's this guy, this reactor on TikTok who's just going, how you say in English? You're from Lansing, Michigan, Steven. Is that a Michigan accent that you're using? And he goes, how in English? You mean the language you speak?
Yeah.
Your first language? It's freaking dope.
Even though, like, just more nailing the coffin shut.
I know.
That he is a horrible,
just a
horrible
BS artist.
Weirdo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just further reinforced that we have the correct person on the old trash can here.
Yeah.
Kurt, who's your nominee for the trash can?
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub. That was so fast.
Yeah.
Why? What did you like about him?
Everything. I hated everything about him. He doesn't fit the character. He doesn't fit a loving dad. He didn't look like the kids. All of it was so bad.
Yeah.
I just thought he was the worst.
I think it was rough casting. I think he's a good actor in other things, but he didn't fit. Like it was just a bad casting choice.
He was great. You just mentioned
Ben in Black. Oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
That
was
and
great.
then what
Monk.
did you?
He's great in Monk.
But you just mentioned the space movie.
Spy Kids. Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
He's really good in the Marvelous Ms. Maisel.
He was
great
fantastic
as her dad.
in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah,
one of my favorite characters in that movie.
Bad casting. This is the thing. Like, you got to set people up for success and put them in things that they're going to not look ridiculous in, and it's hard for them.
I think you guys kind of talked about when we talked about Matt Lillard was the whole thing is like, I just feel like everybody else wrote it in.
Yeah.
Like they read the script and was like, well, I'm already, obligated to have to do this. Like, I'll just phone it in.
There's enough people.
Other than the bad guy. I like the bad guy. Cyrus.
Yes. No.
Forget his name. Sorry.
No, it's going to freaking kill. I just said it like 20 minutes ago. To F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
he was great.
actor.
I liked him.
Great actor. Eric said that he's going with Rod Digga. That's the girl that played Maggie. Just didn't.
Sounds like she's an archaeologist.
Yeah. Well, I think that's her MC now. I don't think that's her actual name, but she's, like I said, a rapper. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. This one I don't think is, well, we know it's not going to be unanimous because there are already two different votes, but I feel like this is going to be spread all over the place. So, Madeline, who you got for your can?
Tony Shalhoub.
Another one for Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah. I
think it's Shalhoub.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. I just, because he's the trash can in this one.
I
got you.
Agree 100% with what he was saying, where it's like, I love him as an actor in other things, but whatever happened here, it did not work.
Did you believe he was a loving father?
No, I think you guys are wrong. I think it was a bad performance. More so, not his fault. They just cast the wrong guy. That just didn't fit the character at all. But I think there was somebody way worse. I'll get to it in a second here. John Dozier says that he's going Ben Moss. He goes, J.R. Bourne as Ben Moss. He was just the lawyer, and his only real role was to be greedy and set the trap in motion, and he was kind of a nothing character. And JP, that's a pretty good pick, too. I don't disagree there. But, guys, maybe it's because I like Tony and other things. I know it's not a career award. I know it's not a career award, and I like him in other things. And I have given the can to people I like before. But this person is bad in every movie they're in. I don't understand how they had a career. Well, I think I know how they had a career.
Oh, no.
Shannon Elizabeth is terrible on another level. Guys, whether it's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and she can't say one believable line, and even in a ridiculous movie, right? And or this, or American Pie, where she has to play like she's a foreigner and have like 4 lines is the only reason nobody noticed she was a terrible actress in that movie. She's awful.
Is this Kathy or the
Kathy?
other? Okay.
This is Kathy. Not one thing that comes out of her mouth is like a natural human being. Not one. You don't think so?
No, that's actually a really good point.
What you give me the smile? So what you think she's great? I'm guessing.
No, I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Because in this movie, she's kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
So like,
She fades into the background.
I just felt like, okay, whatever. Like that's a throwaway role.
Yeah.
But Tony Shalhoub's supposed to be the hero.
Not a bad
And
vote.
I just felt like, man, like you're supposed to hold this whole movie.
100%.
And so I was like, that took me so out of it.
100%.
So, but I really like your vote.
Yeah,
I'm not
That's
trying
why
to-
I'm smirking.
Yeah. No, I got
because
okay.
there's a part of me that's like,
Okay.
maybe I should go back.
I'm not trying to
maybe I
change-
should revote.
I'm not trying to change mine.
No.
Tony's a valid vote for sure.
No, that's not it at all. I was smirking because I was sitting there in my head going, man, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, I do remember when I was watching her playing with her brother being like,
Yes.
that's not a human. And then when she's like tossing her 3 strands of hair and
Yes.
shuffling her sweater, being like,
Dad,
what
this
is she
bathroom
doing?
is unbelievable.
Yeah, the only thing that was believable was her putting water on her face. And even then, it was in a weird situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how the humans do it, right?
Yes, it is. Esteban goes, look, we hate admitting when a certain member of BMR is right, but in this case, we can live with it. The son, Alec Roberts, I think he's talking about Bob, was just awful.
Yeah, Bobby.
Adding nothing to the movie. One of the few times where if a kid was axed in some horrendous way, it would not have been upsetting. If he had just caught an axe straight into the forehead and been like, well, you hate to see it.
I'm going to say one of my kids.
That's a tall girl. We'll
Tall
say
girl. We got her.
We got one left. Hey, that's less laundry I have to do. It's fine. Grace, we right now it's 2 for Shalhoub, and everyone else that has a vote only has 1. So you can tie it up or you can go your own way. It's up to you. Who do you think was the worst?
Yeah, so I don't like putting child actors in this position, but I was also gonna say Bobby too. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know, sorry.
Whoa.
But I don't ever like saying child actors because I always feel bad. Because
Yes.
you don't know any better.
well, he didn't. He chose to
But-
not continue acting anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I couldn't. I don't know. I don't even have a reason. It was awful. It was awful, and he was gone halfway through, and then he came back, and you're like, oh, I didn't miss you.
Neither did his dad.
Oh, wait a second. This kid's in this
Oh,
movie.
the kid. Yeah.
Oh, my
He's just like obsessed with death, and then he calls his sister a whore or a slut. No, yeah,
Yeah.
you're done. Canceled.
But he's a podcaster.
Canceled.
Canceled.
He's out.
He's a podcaster though, so he's kind of cool.
No.
Not all podcasters are cool.
No.
Some of them are pretty great guys.
It's true. Not all.
Never met any.
Someday.
Someday.
We're still looking for
I'm
one.
getting out there.
We'll keep trying out new people. We'll see.
I don't know if that ties it up. I don't know.
It does, so that means I have to break the tie because I'm the only one that didn't vote for one of the people that's tied. And that's how we do things around here. So I've got to decide who was worse, Shalhoub or Bobby.
Ooh, that's a tough choice.
That's a tough choice. They were both really bad. But and so neither of you were wrong, but just because I feel like one was,
Far worse than the other.
more capable of delivering a good performance, I'm going Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Over
fair.
the
Good
kid.
call.
So Tony is going to win the Steven Seagal Trash Can Full of Dirt Award.
We do love you still, though, Tony.
Tony, we love you, buddy. Oh, yeah, just the ship just doesn't have any power, and it's going to break apart. And just FYI, I love him in that movie.
He's great.
They said they could reroute the power, and yeah, okay. Hey, good job, guys.
You're right again, guys. You're right again. Come on, bring it in.
So good. Seems fine to me.
Seems fine. Is there air? You don't know.
A movie I'd much rather be watching.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, look, we got to now mine the depths of this movie to try and find somebody that had a small role that was a bright spot in an otherwise dark and dingy, crappy movie. So who was our Steve James unsung hero?
Every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right? Yeah, right. Then there are those few who are. Are you some kind of a badass karate boy?
All right. Kurt, who was your small part that did great?
Can I pick the ghosts?
You can do who.
I want to do the ghosts because, like, I wanted to know more about why.
We have to pick a
what
ghost,
was the
though.
whole movie about? Well, I guess the one that I did the most research on was the princess. Because I wanted to know. I wanted to know why the whole. That's what started the whole thing. She was the first ghost I saw.
Is there any like concept art or anything
She
here?
had a really pretty face, guys.
Is there
pretty
concept
face.
art?
What does she look like?
You tried to find her Instagram.
I did. I found it.
You found her Instagram.
I did.
Sleuth, internet sleuth.
I don't know why. I just feel like I want to know.
She's a family lady.
More about
She's
her.
totally cool.
Yeah.
She's just an actress. She stopped acting, I think, shortly after this movie.
Yeah, it was the only movie she ever did.
Yes,
yeah.
and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But it made me go down a rabbit hole and start looking up all the other ghosts.
Oh, I didn't know
and
you were going to finish that sentence. Okay.
No. I wanted to find out all the other ghosts because I'm like, why is there importance to this movie? Why? And then when I started reading all the stories, I'm like, man, this is so much cooler. They should have just based the whole movie off of this.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
They didn't.
So,
all right, so we're going with Naked Chick.
Yeah, I'm going with the Angry Princess.
Angry Princess. Okay, perfect.
It's not a bad vote.
So Esteban Alonso says, look, the ghosts are often the real stars of this movie. They did the Lord's work, and their untold stories and character design made all of us want to see an origin movie or series and not just read about them on the webs. If you got to give it to one person, though, he's going to Maggie Ra Digga with her wisecracks and required 90s stereotypical quips. Yes, absolutely. So that's a vote for Maggie because he didn't give me a specific ghost. You could have gone ghost, but you got to give me a specific one there. Sure.
Yeah.
Madela, who's your vote for?
Does Cyrus, is he a small enough part?
Yeah, he's
he's
in,
not really in it very
like
much.
3 scenes.
He's a good
I'd go
bad
with
guy.
Cyrus. I think that even though some of his lines didn't make very much sense,
Right.
he did a very good job with his part that he had to do.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
All right.
I think he elevated the movie.
Sounds good to me. I forgot who I put down here. Oh, I've got Shane Weiler down. Shane Weiler,
Who's that?
the Jackal.
Oh,
It was the only ghost that was scary to me.
Sure.
Shauna Weiler. It's a girl.
You just made me double check. I was like, wait, did I get that wrong? No, it's
Wait, what?
Shauna Jean. It just made me think of Ferris Bueller. Remember that?
Yes, beautiful.
My friends call me Shauna. Like, no, they don't. We got to talk about that movie again. Can we back and talk about Ferris Bueller?
Okay.
Yeah, I just out of all the ghosts, like the Juggernaut was supposed to be the scariest. Not scary. The ghost looked. I'm trying to remember what Dana said.
You know what he looked like?
Yeah.
He looked like the boss from Scrooged.
Yes,
That's what he looked like.
he did. The guy that comes in his golf outfit.
Yes.
Right. None of them looked that scary, and even Dana said, "I can't say she's going to kill me." I can't remember what she said, but she's like, "They look like the ghosts from the 1960s. Like it looks like you said, it's like an old.
No,
they didn't
absolutely.
look scary at all.
No, and they all look based, like you said, on the 50s. So, like, to me, some of it was cool, but it was also like, well, what's the time period when they all died? Like, obviously, the little boy with the arrow, you're like, all right, is he a cowboy? Like, he was the first son. And then there's the pilgrimess. She's in, like, a lock, stock, and, like, whatever those are called. Like,
Oh,
How
yeah,
does
she
he
was
know-
in it for like a second.
Yeah.
How does he know where to find them then? Like,
This
especially
guy,
if they're ghosts that are that old. Like the other guy was like more the Juggernaut at the beginning was like
Yes.
a more recent serial killer or something like that.
and even then, he looked like.
did he look terrifying to anybody?
No.
Were you scared once in this movie?
The only time was, and that proves to what you were saying, was the Jackal. The Jackal was the most
unsettling,
scariest and unsettling ghost in this entire movie.
Yes.
I don't think this is
Maybe a little bit with the princess, just because the gore
It
was
and the
gory.
ugliness of it.
Yeah.
But other than that, those two ghosts were the only two that stuck out to me. And like, I really liked what the Hammer looked like.
Yeah.
But again, he was just. I don't know. It just didn't look scary.
Gross,
It was
maybe.
just kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like,
They're very gory looking.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the extent of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get why it was rated R, but I would have liked to have seen more gore in this movie. or more scariness.
I hear you.
And if you're not going to make your ghosts look scary, then they need to be doing scary things.
Right.
There should be more blood and more.
Well, at least the jackal a little bit,
And this is the way I kind of looked at it. And I mean, I'm not trying to give anything away, but like, to me, it wasn't a scary movie.
Yeah.
It's a haunted house movie. That's all it is.
Right. Yeah.
It's like you just went through a haunted house and you're seeing people in makeup.
And you were never really in danger.
No, right. There's no danger. That's exactly it. You don't feel anything for anybody in this movie.
Right.
So it's just kind of interesting to me.
Right.
I think another way to, sorry.
Okay.
I was just going to say, I think another way to handle it, instead of adding more gore or more like scary things that the ghosts are actually doing, is to lean into their score.
Stories.
Well, lean into the score and lean into building suspense of when he's going down the stairs, have the music building, have him not knowing, you think there's going to be a jump scare, but there's not, and you continue building tension throughout, which they didn't lean into at all. Like, think about The Conjuring, which we just did on the horror reel.
Yeah.
That movie is all about building tension throughout.
Right.
There's scary stuff that happens.
There's almost no gore in that movie at all.
Right. Nobody dies.
Makes you want to be on the edge of your seat. Right.
Yeah. Right. But it's very scary. And so it's like, what a great way to do it.
It gets into your head mentally.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
JP Dozier said, look, I know you want us to stick to one person, but all the actors that played the ghost did a great job with their roles. Everyone else was just okay. So he just gives a blanket to the ghost. JP knows how I feel about planting flags. It's all good, brother. Yeah, but Grace, it falls to you here. I don't think anybody has 2 votes yet.
Okay. Well, I don't like giving this, but I was gonna say Maggie only because she's the only one that made me laugh. So
all right.
Even if her lines were kind of out of place, she's the only one that had funny jokes or funny lines.
Fair enough.
So that's why I would say
all right,
just because she was kind of funny, like a little.
She didn't do a bad. When I was ripping it was more like what they gave her to do, not her. She didn't do a bad job.
She did fine.
But she made me laugh.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was a corny ending, so to speak.
Well, I forgot to even mention that.
Yeah.
The whole movie ends with her saying, like, I quit.
Yeah.
This was not in the job description.
Yeah.
That
and again, it just goes back to, the characteristics of who she is as a character, right?
Exactly.
She's like, I just wanted to watch some kids.
That's right.
She's like,
and not do anything or cook for them or anything. No. So, but that means with two votes, Rod Digga is going to win.
Nice.
The Unsung Hero Award.
That's fair.
So you had your chance to just give it to whoever right there. Nice.
I love power. I control bad movies rule. Behind the scenes.
I'm sitting in the wrong seat.
It's me.
It's time.
Get you a booster.
It's time now to land this plane. And I know we've already kind of gone through some of this, but I think it's a good thing to sum up our thoughts and to ultimately deliver a verdict for posterity's sake, if nothing else. But Kurt, well, you're going to have the floor here.
Oh,
so you can
sweet.
share your thoughts on 13 Ghosts. How would you sum up your feelings on it?
This is a bad movie. I hate this movie. I hate this movie. I feel like I said, once you kind of go, okay, it's a haunted house movie, and I watched it the second time, and still the second time made no sense to me. None of the movie made sense to me. None of it. Who are the ghosts? Why are they important? You don't feel for the ghost or any of the characters.
No.
And none of the characters make sense as to why they're a family or they're together.
Yeah.
Or why is Cyrus even hunting these ghosts? How did he find them? Where does he know where to go get them?
Yeah.
None of it made sense to me. What are they doing? Why is the house a key? What does he want to just become all powerful and get the power of the devil? Like, what was the whole point of the movie?
What if Tony wouldn't go to the house?
I literally dug up my boyfriend's school out of the ground and resurrected it and watched that in place of this.
Wow.
No.
I hated this movie.
Why would you watch that again?
I hated all of it. I buried it right next to it.
Why would you watch
I'm
that
sorry,
again?
dude. That bad, huh?
Oh, I hated this movie.
It's not.
And what was great was my wife grew up watching this movie, and I was like, "Did you ever see 13 Ghosts?" She's like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "It's scary," and I was like, "What? Okay, I'll watch it." Literally, I'm watching it like Spock with like my hands like between, because I'm thinking there's going to be a jump scare.
Yeah.
The whole movie let me down. I kind of wanted to watch a scary movie now after that because I felt so let down from the movie, and I hate scary movies.
So at the end, was Nikki like, it was
She's
scary.
like, "What did you think?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is awful. It's not scary once." And she's like, "Well, I haven't watched it since I was 13.
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Like, 13 doing a sleepover to little girls. Like, yeah, obviously that would be pretty scary if you're doing a sleepover.
Oh, yeah, they're peeing in their footed pajamas.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
not. No.
All right.
No.
Fair enough. JP says, this is a good movie that rules.
No.
JP Dozier. This is a movie that's on my Halloween movie rotation. The acting was pretty meh from everyone except Matt Lillard and the ghosts, but I love the story, love the effects, costumes, and the ghost lore. Man, Jape, there was no lore delivered.
What story?
Which you can see in special features on the DVD.
Thank you. I shouldn't have. What is this, Ryan Farrell? What are we doing here?
There's special features?
JP, I would never know because you have to tie me down to watch the special features on this movie. But the movie itself has to deliver that lore for us to count it as a positive in our reviews. I think personally. If you don't know this already, there will be a 13 Ghosts TV series coming out about the origins of the ghost. That might be fantastic.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I know. Am I excited about that? You bet your ass I am. JP, you be excited about it, man. As I always say, like what you like. I'm not going to give you a crap for saying that you like this movie or that you think it's, well, the objective part I can disagree with you about. But if you enjoy it, cool. It's all good, man. Madeline, you have the floor.
This movie's a dumpster fire. It's terrible. But it also kind of rules.
Yes.
Because it's so bad that I kind of want to make people suffer and watch it with me so we can roast it and talk about how dumb it is. I did like the there were some cool things with like him getting split in half and things like that. Yes. There were some cool effects and stuff, but I would say it is terrible though. I would never argue with someone who wanted to tell me it was a bad movie. And Turt's take is completely valid.
Yeah.
But I would have fun watching this with friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I wouldn't watch it by myself.
Man, oh man. And Eric kept his review short and sweet. He just says it's a bad movie that rules. So it looks like you got at least one buddy on your side right there. Eric's coming in short and sweet. Grace, if you had to sum up your feelings on 13 Ghosts and maybe share with someone else that was like, should I watch this movie? And what are you telling that person?
It was bad, but it's a bad movie that rules. And this is actually crazy because I feel like 90% of the time I'm on the show, I say bad movie.
You always say bad movie. And this one you're not going to?
No. Maybe it's my love for Matthew Lillard. Maybe it's the fact that, me and Jared had fun watching it. I watched it with someone else.
That helps.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe I'm the stupidest person on the planet.
No.
Maybe, but I think it's a bad movie that rules. That's my opinion. Sorry.
She planted her flag.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, you plant your flag. That's fine. But of the thing, can you tell me, besides Matt Lillard, what else besides Matt rules about it?
I don't know. I literally just think is that I had fun watching it.
Just think it was so dumb.
I honestly liked the ghosts, and I liked that it was not that scary because I don't like scary movies, and I liked that I could watch it without like.
Oh, so that was a positive for you then. Okay, well, see, that's everybody brings their own baggage to the movies, and that's makes sense now that you've said that. Okay,
I'm packing my baggage.
Awesome. I do want to say that there was a couple people that put in votes for the Sherilyn Fenn Hot Babe Award.
Oh yeah,
and
who'd they vote for?
I mean, not Kalina.
Nope.
I mean, I thought she was hot in Army of Darkness. Not in this. Not as Laura Soft.
She was beautiful in Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, also true.
She played the daughter and the mom.
Yeah. Eric said Shannon Elizabeth here, and Esteban said, was it just us or were all the women in this movie smoking? Even the ghost with weird tits was stellar.
No. The mom? The mom wasn't. The mom, no.
That doesn't count. The jackal when we
the
thought
mom
it was
with
a girl
the baby.
Was hot.
Yes,
the mom with the baby was just so ugly.
Did we get Lauren's opinion of? Do you remember?
She was saying she just looked really weird. I think.
Yeah, I think Dana said the same thing. Like there's just something off about them.
She didn't like that it looked.
They're misshapen,
weird.
Yeah,
it's one of One of her nipples was cut.
It was.
Yeah.
Lauren didn't like that either. She didn't like that.
No, fair enough.
She
Anyway,
says, leave those puppies alone.
she said
So that would hurt.
she said, pales in comparison, though, the naked lady, to Shannon Elizabeth. She will forever be the American Pie girl who taught us the important lessons of the 90s. Think about baseball or 9,999 divided by 23. He likes himself some Shannon Elizabeth. He goes, this is as close as you get to a good movie that is bad and would probably make a good Tomb Raider movie if you think about it. It's cheesy, over the top, and just, I didn't expect all the Tomb Raider references in this. Just enough campiness to make it enjoyable, especially with a group that can appreciate those qualities. End of the day, this is a bad movie that rules. So that's, I think, 4. Or did everybody go BMR?
Except for me.
Everybody but you.
Yeah.
Well,
has gone
what's his
BMR.
face said good movie.
And JP said good movie that's great, right?
Well,
I'm a little bit disappointed here if I had to sum up my thoughts, because this is supposed to be spooky season. We only get October. I mean, occasionally a horror movie will get randomly pulled throughout the year, but generally we line up horror movies in October and we get to do 4 in a row. And we just did Resident Evil. Now, it's a zombie movie. Now we're doing ghost movie. Yeah. And it's not scary.
No. Nope.
It's not in the least. And I hate horror movies. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of horror movies.
No, I know.
And I'm very easy to scare. I feel like I'd sit there and go, oh God, it's not once. The unsettling is the only label I will give to the Jackal, right? Where I was a bit unsettled, but never scared, never frightened, never like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God, they're going to get killed. Oh, get out. Start yelling at the characters. Like none of that.
Nope.
None of it.
Yep.
Okay. The acting was bad on a level that we rarely reach, even on this show. No believable human interactions, almost outside of Matt Lillard and F. Murray Abraham. It's just awful across the board. And to me, it wasn't even fun enough for me to say I would ever want to watch it again. And so I'm going straight up bad movie.
Yes!
Yeah.
Who did you watch it with?
I'm not alone.
I watched it with Dana.
Good.
I watched it with my wife. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
And she also was like, this is a piece of absolute trash.
It definitely is.
I wish I could have been in that room.
Yeah, it was bad. It's bad. And
I think if you watched it with
hate
a
what
group,
you hate,
you might like it.
If I watched it with you guys, I'm sure I would have a blast.
Yeah, but it's all good. I respect your take.
Yeah.
and we do sometimes rate that
Yeah.
as part of the part of the bad movie that rules. Is if we watch it and we have fun watching it,
Yeah.
and making fun of it.
But you said the word fun.
Yeah, there's no fun in it.
Even like a movie like Vigilante Force or Rolling Vengeance or Hands of Steel or Revenge of the Ninja or whatever, which is terrible. But at the end, I would go,
It's funny to watch it.
but that was fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it was absolute sucks balls. But
Yeah, you laughed
it was
at it
fun.
or you had
Right.
fun watching
Nah,
it. Right.
I said that was bad.
You did. But I didn't even, if I don't feel like it was fun, even if it was terrible, I can't go that way. It was just
fair.
bad.
Well, I kept, like I said, during the second time, I kept going, oh, who's this ghost? And I'd like go on my phone and I'd miss because I just wanted to learn more about the ghost. So that's why I'm actually kind of excited for the TV show.
Yeah.
If that's a real thing. But
I'll watch the crap out of it.
it was it was so,
I like good. Yeah.
and it wasn't even boring, but it was just like blah.
The same guy that wrote this was the guy that wrote House on Haunted Hill, which came out a year before, and they based The Haunting, that's the first series that they did on Netflix. They've done a couple of them now with the same cast. Was the first one called The Haunting or
The Haunting of Hill House.
The Haunting of Hill House? So it's based the same guy that wrote the book or the story or the original or whatever. And I loved that series. I don't mind being scared.
I wonder if this thing just
That
got
was great.
so chopped up.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it switched a bunch of writers' hands.
It was just weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they can do a series like Haunting of Hill House with 13 ghosts
That would be so cool.
and make it 13 episodes, and it was scary, it'd probably be great, and I would give that a chance.
And that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this.
No.
Nope. I thought this would be good. Wrong.
Yeah.
Not good.
Nope.
Sucked.
Absolutely.
Bad.
Bad.
Buried out in the backyard.
Bad, horrible, dumb, sucks, and bad.
Yeah. I'm really mad that I bought this DVD.
You shouldn't have. Let's
It was
move on to
$3,
greener
but
pastures.
still.
Time to wake up our resident AI and see what she's got for us next week. So, DH9K, are you here?
Hello, my name is DH9K and I am ready for query.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey, DH9K, what are we going to be doing next week?
Next week you will watch Child's Play 2, a movie that shows sentient inanimate objects are superior to humanity.
I was going to say, I was wondering if she enjoyed Child's Play or not.
Well, yeah, because as she said, the inanimate objects, killing humans, she probably loves that.
Good to know.
Oh, please.
DH9K, can you run a diagnostic and see if the new uploaded code is it running properly?
Yes.
She says it is, but she's probably lying.
Are you telling the truth?
No.
There you go. Just telling the truth.
Oh my gosh. DH9K, what did you think of 13 Ghosts? Did you like it?
Its portrayal of trapped, tortured spirits reflects a fitting metaphor for humanity's futile attempts to control powers beyond their understanding.
Could you repeat that for me, please?
Its portrayal of trapped, tortured spirits reflects a fitting metaphor for humanity's futile attempts to control powers beyond their understanding.
Yeah. Thank you.
I knew Mark Zuckerberg programmed you. Seriously.
Is there anything that... I guess any movie where humans are in peril, she's probably thinking it's great, right? You probably love Terminator. Did you love Terminator?
Ha, ha, ha.
Well, she thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Did you like Terminator?
On God, it's bussin' for real.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
I didn't.
I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
I'm upset that she said that. On God, it's busting for real.
Well, she's got access to the internet. She watches probably just nothing but watch TikToks all day long.
That's dumb.
Right? Next week you'll hear her on here and she'll be like very mindful, very demure.
Very mindful, very cutesy, very demure.
Exactly. So, all right, DH9K, it's time to go to sleep, okay?
Yes.
All right, good night. Thank you. We'll catch you next week.
Please leave. Thank you.
If any of you want to talk to DH9K, she's now on our Discord. So we gave her access to the internet and to Discord. And so if you want to go on there and ask her questions, join the Patreon. You can talk to DH9K to your heart's content.
I heard back in the 80s she had a crush on Max Headroom.
Yeah, she's... Yeah. And the Lawnmower Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you got to be careful there. Yeah.
Be real careful.
Yeah.
That might be why.
Kind of opposite end of the spectrum, but, whatever.
It's true. Her favorite movie that we've done so far, I think, is Ghost in the Machine. I think that's her favorite.
That makes sense.
You'll have to ask her next week.
I already put her to sleep. Ask her next week. That'd be awesome. Well, thank you guys for being out here. Sorry that you had to watch 13 Ghosts.
I'm not sorry.
But it's spooky season. At least we got a chance to watch some, well, I can't even say scary movies. No. Scary themed movies. Some cinema. Right? Next year, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll get some good ones.
Maybe I'll get one. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Do you remember what scary movie you did last year?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I did Ernest Scared Stupid.
Well, we did. Right. We did this year. We did
2 years ago.
the Cabin movie.
Oh, Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
See, that was terrible, but fun. Remember watching Cabin Fever?
Also not
scary. You guys were crawling up the wall when her nips fell off in the bathtub.
She was shaving her skin off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gore.
Fortunately, I was there
Gross
for that
and gore.
movie.
And they were just going, like up off the couch and up the wall.
Please never make me watch a movie again.
She started levitating, speaking Latin. It was weird.
When they just put their friend in the shed.
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
her face. Just set her on fire.
She'll be fine.
As she clips it.
See, that is a horror movie that's a BMR to me.
Yeah,
that's a bad movie that rules.
That was a good one to watch.
That afterwards I was like, that was fun.
Yeah. And that wasn't even really for Halloween, was it?
No,
that was in July.
Yeah.
It'll that's not, like I said, it'll happen randomly occasionally, but we'll see.
I had Jason X. That was another one I got to do.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a horror one.
And you got Ernest Scared Stupid, and that was fun.
Yeah. That's scary.
Last year we did Once Bitten. We did the first Resident Evil, I think, right? We did Evil Dead 2.
I was on that one.
You were on that one. So we got a couple of other good ones. We already did Resident Evil. Like I said, we got Child's Play 2 coming up next week. And then the week after that, I think, is our final one for October. And so you just have to stay tuned and see what that is if you don't already know. And if you know, you know, because you're on the newsletter. So jump on that if you want to know that stuff too. We will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening. I'm James Hauser. For Kurt Mummer, Ryan Madela, and Grace Hauser, we'll see you. Come on back.
Uncle Cyrus built a glass house, trapping 12 ghosts, we need 13.
The walls are Latin and you can move them, bud. Don't shout through them or do it. It doesn't matter.
Sometimes it works.
Just pull them off and move them around.
Can't read Latin. Can't read Latin.
The jackal was a man.
I know how to wash my face.
The bathroom is unbelievable.